With what? Oh, you mean the show?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do it. Just fucking do it.
Where is the thing? Oh, here we go.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Get into it. This is not good radio.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers.
Hey, what happened?
And the fellas will tell you about every single game that you play.
Hello?
Hello. Reviews and an indie pick. Stew story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Your attention,
Veteran
please.
gamers.
And now it's got hot new games like The Legend of Soltar.
It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
I'm a potato.
Yeah, boy.
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Yourself.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Hello and welcome to episode 714 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
Yeah, 714. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I thought for 1 week there, Duke, you was just
Nope.
not going to play a sound effect just to
Nope.
freak him out, you know.
You
just
wish.
to throw him off.
I
Yes.
mean, I played a different one from usual. But...
No. I'm Chinny. Hi. How we doing? We're okay.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here for this very special episode.
Yes.
It's special because you're here. It's
Special
not
because
it's not an
you're
anniversary
here.
show. It's not a multiple of 100. It's just every show is special when you're with the veteran gamers.
I like that. I like that.
Ah, fuck you! Just kidding.
Nice.
Well, I got some announcements to do.
Yeah, do your
Uh-oh,
announcement. I've seen all this.
announcements.
The show notes have been taken over.
Well, I keep forgetting to do it, so I have to remind myself.
That's good. It's good. I like
Right.
What the hell is all this?
Preparation.
Bollocks off. That's what I say. Right. So the merch T-shirts have been going out. Stu, you've
Yeah.
got yours.
I've got it on. Just a minute. Let me do the
Stu's got
stand
his.
up and show you. There you go. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, just play it. Just play it.
Just bloody
Play
play it, Stu. Just
Play it.
play it.
Play it. I love it.
So,
So
yes.
Fits fine, by the way. Fits fine.
So people, you know, that I've got, I think I've got 8 to do. 8 to do.
8 orders to process. You
8
mean.
orders to process. That's a better way of saying
Man.
it. You bloody.
How many have
English
you sent
teacher.
out in the last 7 days?
5.
Dude,
Fine.
he's a machine, y'all.
Anyway, so I've messaged a bunch of people on Patreon. Some people, I just need you to confirm your address because you put your address in Patreon, but I don't know if that's your address. What if you've moved house, you big silly goof? So I want you to confirm your address. These 2 people, this is the easiest way to do it because I've messaged them back and they haven't messaged me. So
We're trying to send you free stuff, you
free
pinheads.
stuff,
Come on.
your penises.
Free.
Declan McCluskey, can you
Your
confirm your
penises.
address? Steve Heath,
Yeah.
can you confirm your address? Anyway, these other people.
Confirm it.
I've messaged them to send them a free T-shirt, and they haven't gotten back. How about that, right?
I know.
So these people are James Alderman, Stephen Holdsworth, Kevin Westerman, Mark Roop, John Nessie, Gavin Butcher, Adam Birmingham, and Anthony Humpage. I've messaged you on Patreon. Check your fucking Patreon because I've messaged you because
Yeah.
you're going to get free stuff.
Come on. You
also,
already gave us the money. Now get your free
God,
thing.
Nezzy were on the show the other
I
week.
know,
He
I
should have
know.
got his shit together.
Prices on the Discord merch page are on there. Also a link to my PayPal. There's a UK price, an American price. I don't know what the Australian price is.
Give us some money.
We got 2. That's a bit loud, that is, Duke. We got 2.
What?
Yeah. We got 2 people I've got to send to Australia. So Australian orders are coming through.
Wow, see.
Yours is in the post, Duke. I don't know if you've got it yet.
Thank you very much. I think I had the sound effects on +12 volume,
Yeah.
so sorry about that.
Give us some money.
Yeah, that
better.
sounds better. That's better.
So yours, I had to fill out a customs form. So you're my
Yeah,
experiment.
that's right. Did
Duke.
you mention the meth?
You're my experiment, Duke. I have to just. I hope it gets to Duke because then. But if it gets to you, then I know that other people in America can get theirs.
Yeah. Who's the Australian test case?
It's Sean Thiel. He's
Okay.
my Australian test case.
Come on, Sean, hook us up.
We've also got new Patreon benefits. Do we know about this? No, you don't, because I did it
No,
earlier
we
and you have no
don't.
idea. So, this is what we're doing. So, if you join our Patreon, after 3 months, you get a bit of merch. Whoopee-doo. You know what I mean? Bloody hell. Wow. Amazing. Right? But we also have...
Yeah, I'm Lethal B.
Wow. Indeedy do. Thank you very much, Lethal B. We also... we have some other benefits, right? I'm gonna make some credits for the show on the video version, so you will be
Nice.
on the credits of whatever tier you
Yeah.
join. If you do the bloody the thing, what the?
Oh yeah, bloody.
Hold on, hang on. Right, I'm going to click on it. So if you are the lower Patreon member, so if you're a loyal veteran gamer, that's $3 a month or whatever it is, you get to be in a draw. So what I've decided to do is you get to be in the anniversary draw. So every time we do a 50 or a 100 episode,
Yep.
we'll do a draw, right? And we'll be like, hey, you get to be in that Patreon person, and then you might
Yeah.
get like a bloody sticker or a T-shirt or something. You'll get
Something cool,
right? I don't know.
But that's about.
Is that if you donate once at that level, or is you have to be?
You just got to keep going, I suppose. You just got to
be
keep
in though.
If
You
you're
gotta
a
be in
Patreon
it to
at the
win it.
time of the
In it to win
750
it.
show.
If you're really cheap, just join before the bloody anniversary show. If you're really cheap.
And in case people don't know about this, the money goes toward keeping our podcast going, paying the bills.
Yeah, and
taking care of some expenses.
my baby fund.
babies. Yeah, your
It
baby.
doesn't
shit.
really. I
Nappies.
should
Nappies,
say
you got
every
some nappies.
every T-shirt you can buy the T-shirts just outright. You don't have to be a Patreon member. You can go on the Discord, go on the merch channel. All the prices are there. Every T-shirt we make or hoodie we make about £5. That's roughly about £5 profit on it. So you're getting a T-shirt and you're giving us £5. So that's not too bad. If you're on the higher, so the benefits of the lower tier Patreon are regular shout out on the show. We'll shout you out now and again. Anniversary prize draw, European the credits, right? But if you're a bloody loyal elite veteran gamer, that's what it's called, elite,
Ooh, elite.
which most people pick, which is very nice. You get first dibs of being on the show, so we'll like sort of message you all, blah blah blah. You get your merch after 3 months. Anniversary prize draw, and we were also doing a Christmas prize draw. How about that? Mm-hmm.
Wow, exciting stuff.
That's a
very
good Christmas
exciting.
Song, right there.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I just took a bite. Okay, we'll be getting more.
I was a little late on that.
We'll be getting more designs coming soon. So there's a veteran gamers now including double jump T-shirt coming.
Yeah.
And then the one with the 3 mug shots. The ones with the 3 heads.
Yeah,
Which
that seem pretty popular.
Dan Fletcher has got. We're going to do another one of those, but it's a little version. The top left breast version.
Yeah.
Do one of those.
It'll be like the
top left breast.
Izod alligator.
Sure,
but
whatever.
us.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Dick. I'm sorry.
You don't know the Izod stitched alligator thing?
No.
The knit
No,
shirts
no.
with the little.
Oh, you mean like
well,
bloody
you know,
Lacoste?
That's the height of fashion.
Oh, Lacoste, you
Yeah, I
mean.
guess over there you do Lacoste.
All right,
Over
okay.
here it was Izod.
So we have to have a draw now.
Woo! Why?
Do you know why? Because about 2 years ago, we said everybody in the chat could be entered into this draw, and we never did it.
For a T-shirt.
We never bloody did it.
So
So,
we're gonna have a
yeah.
drum roll here. You ready?
yeah, hold on.
That's your drum roll?
When a tempo isn't specified, any reasonable person would default to lento.
Okay,
Wow.
let me just get this ready. So I've put all the names in the list.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so great.
All the names are in the list. The
Yeah.
names are Aussie Ant, which I'm sure I'm sending him a T-shirt anyway because he's a Patreon. John Davis, Jacinta's in there. Tainted Brain, Nick 21, Soul Brother, Stephen Pembleton, Tim Kelly, Darren Sim, Fraser, and Jason Gallagher. Right.
In case this is your first time listening to the show, we will talk about video games.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
talk about
eventually.
the games. We'll do the games eventually. So, all right, here we go. It's on the screen.
Okay.
And when I press start, it's going to pick a winner. Okay. So
Okay.
I'll just wait for it to update. So can you see it? There's a big blue screen. Can you see it on the stream yet?
Yes.
Right.
It's split across. Oh no, it was split across 3 screens, but now we see the big one.
Right. Okay. I'm going to press it and
Here we go.
drum roll,
Here we
please,
go,
Duke.
people.
Drum roll.
Okay, I will give you a drum roll.
Aha! That almost timed perfectly with the thing. Okay, the winner is Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly, you get a T-shirt, Tim.
Yay.
Darren Sims in the. Well, look, Darren Sims in there as well. So I tested it earlier, and Darren Sim was the winner. I feel bad now.
Oh,
But
Tim Kelly's the
Sorry,
winner now.
Darren.
sorry, Tim.
Better
I
luck
did
next time.
I tested it, and you won the test. So you won the test.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you,
You
didn't-
won honorable mention.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Stop
So,
apologizing. We're making Tim very happy.
yeah.
Or
Tim
Tim's
Kelly.
going,
Woo.
great, another goddamn T-shirt.
Yo, Tim's going, I don't even listen to that show anymore.
No,
Who
no,
the hell
I
is
hate
he?
the show. I hate the show. I
Yeah.
wish it was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
So-
it to Darren.
That I think is right. I'm gonna put a big blob next to Tim Kelly's name, so I remember it's Tim. And,
Hey, don't
and
forget
that.
to give stuff to Tim winning the drawing.
So Tim, I need your address. So send me your address. I don't
Yeah.
know how. Bloody Threads or I don't know, Twitter or Instagram. Discord is the best place. Discord, if you can send me your address in there.
Yeah.
And I need your size, and I need you to pick design. If we don't have that design, I'll just have to pick something random in your size. So
Yeah.
yeah, those
And, bank account details.
bank account
sort code,
details, yeah, and,
full name,
know,
your mum's maiden
your
name,
mum's
will be
name, your
used.
dog's name, your first pet's
dog's
name,
name.
all that sort of stuff.
First school you went to.
There you go. Okay, that's it. Those are my announcements. Thank you very much.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's what I needed to do.
Well, what I'm going to propose here, right? It's been a big release week this here week, so I suggest we get straight down into this shit. Don't you think?
Down
you
to
think?
yeah,
business.
sure.
Everyone wants to hear what we think about.
Can
the
we cut the
old-
condescending crap and play the game?
I
The
just
old-
texted Tim Kelly on Threads, so you're welcome.
There you go. The old, glitch fest known as Starfield.
Ooh.
What you been playing?
No story time, people. Even though I just planted a tree after digging 2 holes.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it,
It's all right.
but I'm also playing Aardwolf, the text-based MMO mode.
Yeah, because that's better than Starfield. That's what Jude
It's
just
not
said
better
right
than
there.
Starfield.
That's what
Why
you just
are you
said.
starting out by hating on Starfield?
That's what you just said. I know.
up
I'm
your
just
butt?
saying that Aardwolf is better than Starfield. That's what you
No,
just
I'm
said.
saying I have more of a desire to play it right now for some reason.
Yeah, it's because it's
make
better
it
than
better.
Starfield. They've heard it right here.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Kulion?
The Bethesda fanboy is no longer a fan. I don't know what to say.
That's not true.
Oh my God,
Wow.
Stu. Did you get any joy of
I'm
like, trying to
enjoying
wind it up?
Starfield. Let me shush. Let me talk about Starfield. If
Yeah,
you want
go
me to
for
talk
it.
about
Go for
Starfield,
it.
Yeah, why are you mentioning bloody Aardwolf?
No, come on,
I don't know,
Stu.
what's the matter with
Jesus
you?
Christ.
Because I thought it might be funny to people who know me as a Bethesda fanboy to learn that, first of all, I only booted it up for the first time on Saturday. And
Right.
secondly, when I had some time to play video games today, I went for Rocket League instead. That's weird behavior. A lot of people would
It
go,
is weird
really,
behavior.
Duke?
That's weird.
A lot of
That's
people would
weird,
go,
Duke.
really, Duke? Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, really,
But
Duke.
Stu
Why? Why
says,
would you do
I know
that?
why. I know why. I don't need to
Oh my
ask
God.
why. I already know why. Anyway,
Why,
first
Duke?
of all,
Really, why? Why?
because the first week of school, which it has been, is insanely exhausting for me.
Yeah.
And as much as I am a Bethesda fanboy, as straightforward as the openings of their games are, it's still the onset of a big new adventure. And I didn't want to have to deal with that during the week. So I wanted something that is more easy to ingest. And Aardwolf and Rocket League are very easy to ingest. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
reasonable.
Kev Westerman on Twitter has been sharing stuff about Starfield, and I've been staying away because I'm like, I want, media blackout, which again is weird if I refuse to play the game, but also be on media blackout. It's like, I don't want to hear anything about it. Have you been playing it? No. I don't want to play it yet. I'm in a weird position. I know. I recognize that. Anyway, he named his character after me.
Oh, that's nice.
It's so sweet.
That's
He's
nice.
like, he sent a picture of his character, and he said, I named it after this cool science fiction writer I know. I was like, aw.
Ah, look at that.
So, of course,
I
I
see
had to
what he
name
did
my
there.
character Kev. Hey. So, I sent him a screenshot of me naming the character. And one of the first things you do is you pick a backstory, right? And I'm looking at him, and it's like, grew up on the streets of Neon City or whatever. You're a tough as nails explorer.
I
or
think
you're
I
this
know
or
which
you're
one
that.
you picked. I think I know.
Well, which one do you
picked.
think I picked?
There's one where you're like, you're a bloody teacher or something like that. Like,
Yeah, there
Hey,
is.
you're the professor. And it's like, as exciting as it can be to shoot aliens, nothing as exciting as helping students learn. And I read that, I'm like, well, duh. And I think I put out on Threads, I said, or Instagram, it's the easiest decision I've ever made in a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Well, there was a chef.
There was a
as
chef,
well,
so you
wasn't
was obviously the
Did
chef.
you go
Stu.
chef?
there? No, I didn't pick it because it looked crap. I was like, oh, it looks a bit shit. I didn't like the
did you pick?
perks. I can't even remember now. No idea. I just picked something, I guess, randomly.
Okay.
I didn't really
That's the
think
thing.
too much about it.
At the beginning of the game, right? You pick a background which has some impact on you. I don't remember what professor gets you, but whatever. And then they have like this list of like 15 perks, and you can pick 3. And it's like you will have access to the high castle chest, but you won't have access to the Solaris Universus chest.
Yeah,
Like, what the
yeah,
fuck are
I
these
saw that shit,
organizations? I don't know if I want to align with one or
Yeah.
the other.
Yeah.
I was just like,
so
whatever, man.
my notes, my first note on this game on Starfield is there's a lot of
Yep.
bloody jargon in that lift. You know what I mean?
There
You
is
know
a
when you
lot
start
of
that, and they go,
Yes.
you don't want to jump through the half space or get some mineral for the Space Warp 7 Institute, and you're like, what are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
mate. Mate,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
What...
you are there, man.
He said, yeah, hey, make sure when we get down there, the flim flum flump and the fluck fluck plup. and I'm like, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
That was my first note.
One of the first things you do too is you create your character, and you can pick a lot of different hairstyles, and it's funny because you can kind of see the Fallout residue in some of the hairstyles. You know? What I
Oh,
mean? Like, they
definitely.
took
I
the
think there's a lot of
Fallout
Fallout
hairstyles.
residue in the game in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, and that makes sense because this is the first IP they've created in 70 years, so they're bound to copy and paste.
Yeah,
little
they've
stuff
definitely
from
done some
Fallout.
assets from other games in this, I feel.
I heard it was just
fine, I
a
don't-
copy and paste.
I think it feels, yeah, it could be that.
I love
Um,
the fact that you don't choose whether your character's male or female. You choose a body type and you choose pronouns. I think that's pretty cool because you can also choose they, them. So you can have non-binary characters. I know that's the #1 question people want to know. Can you
It's
have a
true.
non-binary character?
Bloody,
Yes, you can.
the bloody woke police
Yeah.
are here with the bloody, bloody.
Can I
Doesn't
just
affect-
say-
It doesn't affect somebody who's cis-het at all. You can just be a guy with he, him pronouns.
I don't
Go
know.
ahead, Stu, say.
Yeah, no, the first thing that struck me was that they take you down into this mine, and you've obviously no
Yes.
experience of mining because she's like, oh, go and have a practice over there with that laser mining
Yeah.
thing. No idea.
Right.
And then they go, oi, we've got this really like super secret fucking thing we
It's
have.
very
we need you-
dangerous.
That's really dangerous. Off you go on your own. You've
There
no
you
idea
go,
what
right
you're
down
doing.
there. It's got
Just
some
go
weird
and
gravity
get it.
readings. You'll be fine. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it'll be great. I'm like, what? Why would they send the
But the sa- the s-
non-expert
the s-
amateur?
Well,
in
because
to
he's
do
the one that you can spare.
Yeah, but the same happens afterwards. Afterwards, when the guy Barrett's like, "Hey, take my ship. Do you know
Yeah,
do you know how to fly a ship? No, it doesn't
Nope,
matter.
dude.
Doesn't matter. It's a piece of
But
piss."
these murderers
No,
are looking for
it's
that
fine.
ship, so go ahead, please take it.
Yeah, that's
Nope,
his
fine.
his plan. Is like, I'm really wanted in that ship, so do you mind flying it? Because
Yeah.
you'll probably get killed.
Once again, you're the chosen one. That's always the case. in
Can I
Bethesda
just say
games.
as well, when you are sent to get the super mineral with weird gravity shit,
Yes.
it took me a while to figure out where I had to aim the thing to get the thing. I was like, what am I
Really?
meant to be
the
doing
floating
here?
indicator, and you were like, what?
Well, yeah, but I kept like blasting it in the middle to begin with, and nothing happened. I'm like, why is nothing happening? I'm like, oh, I've got to blast these outside things.
Yeah, it makes sense because you're not good at video games.
Back
But,
to back to the you talking, Duke, about the traits that you pick and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted to pick one of them, but I didn't do it. Was
Which one?
you've got a mom and dad, and you're gonna send money to them,
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the
right.
fuck is that about?
And you can go visit them anytime, but it's like, well, what's the benefit of
What's the
visiting them?
benefit?
That's the
Is it like that's where you live, like you're just a big mommy's boy,
Yeah,
or like is it
right.
like, oh, they give you take this bloody laser gun Gatling thing that I accidentally built,
Or it's like, in Skyrim, you get a certain boost for 20 minutes after sleeping in a bed if you're married. You know what I mean? And so, and that Fallout had a thing like that too in Fallout 4. It's like you get it's a buff. So I'm expecting it would probably be something like that. In
Yeah, it might
Starfield.
give you a bit of cake when you visit. You
Yeah.
know, here's a bit of cake to send you on your way. You know,
Yeah.
a bit of health
Yeah.
boost.
I was thinking the worst. I was like, it shows where our mind's at, because you, Stu, just went like, you probably get a cake. I was like,
Cake.
I bet you go there and your mum and dad are just brutally murdered. Buy cake. Buy a big.
Or they're like, hey, help me with my hemorrhoids here. Like, push them in there right there. Push on my hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
True to Bethesda's form, you emerge from this mining area into a vista that looks out on a gray moon.
It
It's
is
kind of
very
an interesting
grey.
inversion. Yeah, it's like, and the music is and it's like you step outside, but it's just this gray moon, and I was like, okay, I feel like they're kind of like making fun of us in a way, you know what I mean? Because like you kind of want there to be a beautiful horizon, and instead it's just a gray moon.
Very grey.
Yeah, it's not. To be fair, it isn't that interesting either. I mean, in Fallout 4, at least it's cool looking. You know, everything looks cool when you come out of the.
Well, right. I feel like in this game they're going for scope. Like,
Yeah.
you've got a galaxy, and I've only played it for an hour and a half or so, and like, I'm just like, how much of this will I be able to explore? You know what I mean?
Just to let you know, I've only played up to the first dogfight. You know, when you do the first.
Okay.
You're
battle with the-
joking.
Sure.
You two are
No, no,
fucking
that's-
lightweights.
Stu,
You gotta-
Stu,
you
Or
get a
we are
light.
very busy with stuff.
I've got a baby on the
Wait.
way. I've
Light.
got
Have you ever
Wait.
taught
other things
high
going
school
on.
English? You schmuck.
Light. Wait.
No, we don't have
Make
like
fun of you.
three.
So, here's
You
the thing,
work
right?
3 days and you have 2 days off. So like
Yeah, right.
you just
Here's
living
the
it.
thing. Here's the thing, though. You two
Dang,
guys
my
are
daughter's
like,
grown.
oh yeah, we'll we want to concentrate on Starfield, so let's
I didn't
not
say
play
concentrate on.
Let's not play Everspace 2 this week because we all want
Yeah?
to play Starfield, and then you barely play Starfield.
I
Would
tried.
you rather I play Starfield for an hour and Everspace 2 for 0 hours, or would you rather I play each one for half an hour?
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
so these are the things I've got to say. How many hours have you played it then, Stu?
17.
Okay. Well, I bet most of you what he's going to say is this is pretty good. Just play it.
I haven't played 17 hours.
Oh,
I
right,
haven't,
okay.
no. I've
I was going to
played-
say, if you're such a hater of Bethesda, why are you playing
I've
for
played about
17
about 2 hours.
Oh
maybe
my
about
God, you're giving us lots of shit.
2 or 3
hours? So bent out of shape. You played it a half an hour more than me. And
You're not dedicated
to the show.
Do you know why that is? Because I played about.
Can I talk about
I played
the
about
game
bloody
instead
3
of-
hours of Everspace 2. That's why.
Well, we can't talk about it.
Oh wait, I did tell you to do that.
No,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, talk about it. I don't care.
Well, no, we're not
I
gonna
played
talk
the
about
demo, so.
Go.
There's some good lines in the dialogue when you meet up with this group called Constellation. They're exploring the universe, and they say, without us, the galaxy is just a big room with the lights turned out. I thought that was a pretty good turn of phrase. I smiled at that and wrote it down. And when you get to Barrett's ship, you can wander around. I don't know if y'all went running right to the control booth, but I wandered around and looked at stuff. And in his bunk, he's got pictures of his little robot friend posing in front of all these different locations. I thought that was very sweet. It gives us a little glimpse into.
Yeah,
know,
well,
I,
it's not
the only
necessarily
thing I saw on the ship was like a half-eaten sandwich. I was like, why did he leave
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah, I snatched that right up.
Why did he leave the half-eaten
Because
sandwich?
he was busy trying to get the artifact from us, and then he got attacked by
Oh
pirates.
yeah, probably. Yeah, I still would have finished it though, even if I was getting attacked. I was like, oh,
Like while you're on the way out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ship.
yeah, I would have eaten it. I would have took it to the cockpit. You know what I mean? I would have eaten it in
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of my notes here. Oh yeah, I said that. That bloke Barrett just gives you his ship. Yep, that's fine. I think the music is amazing, and I think the sound is amazing. Everything from the score to just the light being turned on, like everything has this like really cool sound, and it does feel like Fallout and whatever. But it's just so polished and so good sounding.
It is.
Oh, it's not Jeremy Soule.
I'll be
Good.
honest.
Fuck
I
Jeremy
didn't
Soule.
think much of the dogfighting. To be fair, I felt it
Well,
was.
I was
It
thinking
felt
about that too.
really slow. Like
Right, it's
when you're
not-
turning,
it's-
it's so slow.
Yeah, I agree. It's not at all as satisfying as playing Elite Dangerous, for instance.
No.
But the problem, you're joking. Elite Dangerous.
No,
fighting
definitely
is
not. No,
garbage.
Elite Dangerous is way better for dogfighting.
No Man's Sky for me is the gold standard of like spaceship.
But you feel like you're
combat's
moving
not
fast in No Man's Sky, don't you, when you're dogfighting?
Right.
In this, I didn't feel
Right.
like I was moving at all. I felt like I was just
Right.
turning around shooting at stuff.
Well, No Man's Sky is arcadey, and Elite Dangerous is obviously very simmy. And I think that Rebel Galaxy Outlaw for me is probably the gold standard in combat space games right now. But I'm sure there's lots of other combat space games. Maybe people can send us emails with your favorite combat space games. The point is that this is all very new for Bethesda, right? To try to do space combat, and I don't think it's terrible. I also had problems harvest once you blow people up. The carcass of their ship is floating there, and you can harvest stuff out of it. But you have to get really close to
You
it,
do.
and it's very hard because you keep
Super close.
passing by it. But I didn't realize until I had done that 3 times that on the third one, I realized you can when you have it in your viewer, Yeah, and by the way, I don't know if y'all know, you can zoom out on your spaceship, so you're not looking at cockpit view.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah, you
third
can do
person
third
view.
person
Yeah,
view.
yeah.
Yeah,
I found that very helpful. In case anybody didn't realize
Yeah.
that, do that. And you can, if you have the ship carcass in the view, you can target it, and then you don't have to get nearly as close to get the stuff out of it. Then, so that's a little tip that I found at the end of
Top
my
tip.
adventure.
The other thing,
Top
I thought it
tips.
was super fiddly. I mean, and I know why they've done it. Done like an FTL kind of. You've got to transfer power from one thing to another. But
Yeah.
it was super unintuitive, and like it took me a while to figure out what they're. When it's like, oh, you need to go left and right between. I'm like, left and right between what? There's all this
Right,
shit
I
on the
agree.
screen, buttons and
I agree.
controls, and
Yep.
and I couldn't figure out what was moving at first. I'm like, well, what's moving left and right? I can't see anything moving.
Right.
Just let the listeners
Right.
know.
And I
I
never even.
I understood that instantly. I don't know what the guys.
Of course you
Well,
did.
and I didn't even bother with it. Once I figured out how to go fast.
Well, you
and
had to
hit the
do it to
boost,
do
I was
your
like,
light speed jump thing, didn't you? Because you couldn't
well,
do
I
it
didn't
without
do a light
transferring
speed
the
jump,
power.
so-
You've got to transfer
what's
power
what's
to
the
it.
bloody?
Maybe I didn't realize it.
What's that one with the is it GVT or gravel or something like that? Is it GAV or something? What's that on the?
Not a clue.
what
I
do-
think it's the. I looked it up, but I can't remember. Are you not gonna put the game on the screen?
The
No,
Splungy.
I've just put a screenshot because
Okay.
some people might not want
Don't want
to see
spoilers and
anything.
stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
When we talk
That's
about
fine.
it for the next week, maybe I'll play like the first
that's
hour
fine.
or so. So yeah.
It's all good.
The Sentinels. By the way, I went to the whatever they are, the Sentinels head office on New Atlantis, and I did the spacesuit glitch. I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do this and get this spacesuit that you can get. Which is
Spacesuit glitch.
yeah. So basically, if you go to where the Sentinels head office is, or whatever they call it, headquarters, and you go down into the basement, there's like a really cool spacesuit in a glass box. But
Okay.
it's a master lockpick, so you can't
Right.
obviously get till you're a certain level and you've got master lockpicking or whatever.
Unless you cheat.
But if you line your reticle off your reticule or whatever you call it off your pistol
Rectum.
rectum with the crack in between the hinge and the door on it, you can actually highlight the suit inside and just pick it up. So you can just pick it up.
Wow.
Okay,
Well,
it's
I didn't
pretty
even
cool
realize there
suit. It
was a
looks pretty
basement,
cool.
and I don't care about stealing things.
Well,
by
I'm
cheating.
stealing that shit, and I've
Great.
got it on, and it looks
Great.
cool.
Have you done it?
So, like,
Great.
yeah, I did it. Yeah, too
Ah.
right. But fuck it, I'm
When I
gonna
was
do this.
fighting the pirates in that base, I think one of them tried to run out the way I had come, which I thought was very interesting because I've never had that happen in a Bethesda game. Usually, if they're gonna run, they run the opposite way, like the way I'm headed anyway. So I don't know. I thought it was an intriguing moment. I mean, maybe it was just a glitch or something.
I
but
think you're
might have
giving it
been-
way too much credit. That AI.
Yeah, I think you
It may
do.
be, but if it is AI saying like maybe we can get out of here, I think that's kind of cool.
I think it's like
So what do you? What do
where
you
bloke
generally
go, me run round.
So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
talk
probably.
combat because obviously there's no VATS.
Combat.
There's
It's
no VATS.
There's no
purely-
VATs, but there's sort of like
Point and
a
shoot, point
there's
and
like a
shooting.
when you're doing space combat. There's sort of a VATs, isn't there? There's,
There is in space, but
yeah.
obviously
When you
there's
do it,
not
when
in,
you do
like-
the toggle, you zoom in, it slows everything
Yep.
down. I thought that was really good. I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the combat's fine. It seems okay. I mean, I started with the pistol. I picked
agree.
up a machine gun from a pirate, and
yeah.
I was like, this is all right. This is like a good shooting mechanic. It doesn't feel bloody awful. I could probably play hours of this,
Agreed.
and obviously with better guns, I imagine it's going to get better. And I
Right. I mean, it's
upgrade
not
my
Destiny 2 satisfying, but
no,
it's, yeah,
but
it's great.
I
found it
upgrade
to be
my,
very-
my weaponry or skill or whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine after a while. So I'm not
It's
too.
good enough.
not-
It's good
It's
enough.
good
is
enough,
what
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
It's good
I
enough, and it's
agree.
not Borderlands. There's not numbers bouncing out of people's heads. I feel like the UI when you're fighting is understated. You know what I mean? Little red X's when you hit, and health bar that obviously drops. And I don't know. I had a hard time figuring out where people were because they ducked down behind stuff, and I'd be like, "Where are you?" And I had to flank them, and oh, there you are.
Well, that's good because
it
the
makes
AI
sense.
is doing stuff that Bethesda
Yeah.
games don't normally do.
Hey, they're getting better.
Mm-hmm.
They are getting better.
I thought it was interesting too that you could fast travel back to your ship. When you go through that base, you come out and you talk to the dude, and I'd put all my points into persuasion, but I still couldn't persuade him. And it's an interesting series of things. So first of all, if you don't know people, and if you played it, you know, and if you haven't played it, you're probably skipping this because you don't want to know. But when you get a perk, there's a challenge for it, and then you can't add another point to that perk until you do the challenge. So I got to get 3 per. I put my point into persuasion, and I have to persuade people before I can level up my persuasion again, which is interesting. But I failed my first persuasion.
I don't think I've got to that yet. I haven't
So
seen
do
it.
you mean the dude who you have the pirate captain dude?
The head pirate.
Yeah,
dude,
I persuaded him. I persuaded him to
Yeah?
just go on his merry way. Yeah, it
Because
was
you're
fine.
I
because
tried
you're a
that and I
chef.
couldn't make it
Because you're a
happen.
chef.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what
right.
I
He
picked,
was
but
like,
whatever I
"Ooh, I'm
picked
hungry
must-
now."
It must have something to do with persuasion because I didn't have much of an issue persuading him. He was just like,
The other
"All right."
thing is that, like, well, maybe right, it might be to do with your background or something.
Yeah,
but it
whatever I
also
picked for a
maybe you're
background, maybe.
intimidating or who knows.
No,
Yeah,
no, I
but
did. I
it's
did it
also,
a very diplomatic way. I didn't intimidate him or anything.
But it's also the thing of like, there's 5 levels, and it goes from green to orange to red, and so like, how difficult you're trying to be with your persuasion, like what you're trying to persuade them to do, or whatever. Like it's interesting because it's not just in Skyrim and Fallout it would say you need to walk away right now parenthesis persuade, right? But in this game it's more in depth. So yeah, I don't know.
Other notes I have on Starfield. I love the fact, the character builder. I love the fact that you can pick really tired eyes. Like the eyes. There's about 2 or 3 of them. I was like, man, he looks tired. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I picked those because I was like, my character's gonna be really fucking tired.
And you can make them pretty fat. You can
Yeah.
make them pretty fat if you
Yeah.
want to.
And I like how they've given us the best of both worlds when it comes to customization. There are like 20 different eyes that you can choose, and then if you want, you can drop down a menu and get into more detail and depth
Yeah.
about customizing the eyes. But most people don't want to fuck with all that. So just
No,
give us some
I didn't
pre-made
take too
options
long.
and let us go from
I
there,
made mine
which
look
is-
a bit like a stoner, so he's got pretty long, lanky hair and looks a bit
yeah,
like,
dude.
like
Well,
yeah, like
I
he
tell you,
doesn't
it's funny
really
you
give
mention
too
that.
much of a shit about anything.
The default face that I chose out of the first 10 that you choose from has a scar on his left eye.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll have a scar on my left eye. And then I was choosing hairstyles, and he had the hairstyle that I thought looked the best to start with. Hopefully, you can get haircuts later. He's got the hair like kind of pulled down over his right eye, and I was like, ooh, what if I have a scar on the right eye and he wears the hair long to cover up the scar, dude? He's got like backstory for his hair, man.
Yeah, like a kind of Gabrielle Singer
Fuck.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I.
Like anybody fucking gives a shit.
And I don't think you'll see yourself much in this game at all.
Well,
I
unless
mean,
you're playing third person.
Well, I
so
was
you
going to
can't-
say, I was going to talk about the third person thing because it's not bad, the third person view. And also,
Yeah.
the character animates very well when you move and stuff. But
Yeah.
this is a Bethesda game. We're playing it in first person. Well, I can't play it in
Right.
third. But I don't know.
Nah.
I prefer third person games. I love them. But for some reason, I can't play Bethesda games in third person. Even though this one is really, really good. And Fallout 4 wasn't bad either. And I'm just like, no, just doesn't feel right. But the ship
No,
stuff.
It's made
I-
for first person.
The ship
playing, and
stuff
then
I
there's
do a
third
lot
person
of
if you
third
want.
person in the ship, so yeah, maybe that's
Yeah,
the thing.
sure.
Those are all the notes
then
I've
the
got on
other
stuff.
question
It's
is,
pretty good. That's
when-
what I'll say.
When you have a conversation with somebody, obviously Oblivion, you were real. It was the camera's right up there and it's in their nose.
Yeah.
Skyrim was more pulled back. Fallout 4 was like third person, and you're like cutting between points of view and camera shots.
Yeah.
This game, it's kind of like this. Like you see their torso and
Like a Zoom call, yeah.
It is like a Zoom call. What did y'all think about that? Were you put off by it?
No, because I suppose in Fallout
Nah.
4 they really changed it, didn't they, with the third person view, and they simplified the dialogue options. There was like
Yeah.
bloody happy or whatever or something,
Yeah.
and people didn't like that, so they've gone back to the list of Fallout 3 and New
I
Vegas and
prefer
stuff.
the list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. I went round to my mate Feng Chui. Remember Feng Chui? Went out for breakfast and then went back to his house, and he's built a cool cinema room, and it is pretty cool. But he was
Starfield
showing
in
me
the
his
cinema
fault.
room?
He's way into it. I mean, he's been playing this game fucking loads, right? He
Yeah.
loves it.
Yeah.
And he's living the life of a pirate, so he's like stealing other ships. When a ship lands,
Aw,
he goes
yeah.
on and raids it, and kills everybody. But here's the weird thing, right? And I pointed this out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's the thing. When you raid on a ship and you kill everybody, they just stay there. So the dead bodies are all over this ship, and you can't get rid of them.
Can you pick them up?
No. So I'm like, wouldn't you think there'd be some mechanic where you could pick them up and chuck them out the garbage chute or something?
Yeah.
You know what I
no,
mean? No, no, they
because
just,
you
they
can
just
loot
stay there.
characters. I remember, when I killed pirates, I was looting them, but there's no option to like pick them up and
Can't
stuff.
you?
Yep.
Why don't you just use them as little storage capsules?
Well, maybe you could, maybe you could. But the whole the whole
And-
time you have that
and he's-
ship, all those dead bodies are just going to stay there on it.
Forever. He's tried like leaving the
Forever.
ship and coming back.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fast traveling.
because
But
it
sometimes
does, it's persistent, the world. So anything, you could leave it for hours and hours and it'd still be there.
that really sucks. I would
so
hate
you got
that.
so you've got a ship that you want to have nice and clean and tidy, but it's full of dead
Well, of
bodies.
course.
It's like
I wonder if
weird.
there's a place you could take it that's like, are you? Because when you get off the
Hey, want it
ship
cleaning?
for the first time, there's a guy that's like ship services, and you can fix things. I wonder if it's
remove
like,
dead bodies. Maybe there's
way
an
to fix
option. Who
things.
knows?
Yeah, right. Well, maybe it doesn't list it, but it does it if you pay him.
And he says you've got to be careful because if you have contraband, you know, if you've raided a ship and you have contraband,
Well,
you have
yeah.
to sell it to this shady dude somewhere first
Of
before you
course.
can go back to normal.
There's a
space
cost
or
to
whatever.
transporting contraband. Imagine that.
Yeah, yeah. So he's loving it, by the way. He thinks it's great.
Well, we'll listen
You
to that
make
on
fun
his
of him
show.
for being a Bethesda fanboy? Do you give
I'm
him
just
shit?
giving you an insight from what he's saying. All
It's just-
right.
I
Look,
know. I'm just
this is-
Because he
curious.
no,
played
Do
more
this
than the
with
1
everybody.
hour you did. Okay.
No, he's talking about me, dude. He's it's like just talking about somebody else's opinion. It's like Marshy played it, he likes it. Like I don't know. Like what do you want? We're talking about you, Stu. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I
no,
told you
I don't
that.
mind telling us what Feng Shui said. I just think it's interesting that when you talk to me, it's like, just lightweight. And I don't know if you say that to Feng Shui as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anything else on the bloody?
It's fun.
Starfield?
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
It's
No.
a
Not
big
a lot.
open galaxy to explore.
I mean, we've all played it kind of. I mean, like I know, like I've
Yeah.
the least amount. Duke's in the middle, Stu's the most, but we're not that far away from each other, are we?
Yeah, no, I've got a. By the way, I've got my first companion. I can't remember what her name is now from the, you know,
Ah.
the institute or whatever it's called.
Yeah, right. She's,
And she's
she
following
said
me
you,
around.
I'll travel with
But
you.
I gave her some grenades because I had some, and she's not very accurate. She throws them at you more than the enemies, so that's a bit.
Yeah.
So just be careful, people.
Does she throw them in the ship when you fly them? Like,
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
go.
yeah. She's like, whoa, grenade!
Hey, there's a
whoa."
bug over there.
I'm guessing the constellation. Those people. Hang on.
Oh yeah, Constellation. That's not
Yeah.
not the institute.
Like
that's
the
freaking
constellation,
Fallout 4.
they're
Fallout
like
4.
the Brotherhood. They're like the big square. Look, I mean, you don't know, but they're
Well,
the big squares.
They're
of
like the
guys.
Minutemen, and they're right. You're automatically aligned with the most sort of dull,
Boring.
dreary. Yeah, exactly. It's like the companions, and I
So-
mean that's not automatic.
So I want to find a bunch of like we like to cut aliens' heads off and feed their dicks in their bums and all
Yeah.
this, and then we eat the
No,
bums and we
maybe.
roast it on a thing, and then we eat it, and then we all sit round and watch Seinfeld. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
that sounds like my bunch of guys. There we go.
Yeah, we don't toast marshmallows. We use alien spleens on
Yeah,
a stick.
that's it. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
So far, I mean, it's another one of these, isn't it? It's another one of these bloody Bethesda games.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It is.
That's a
It
good
is.
It's
Mwah.
good. I think
They
graphically
know how
though,
to make a game.
I think it looks all right, like graphically, because usually,
Textures wise, I think the textures look pretty good.
usually like these games are not the best graphically. They're not always, you know, the nice looking games. But I think this is
Stuff looks shiny. That's what I
bloody
noticed.
shiny.
Shiny stuff looks actually shiny.
Mm.
I do think they've improved a lot over previous games. Definitely.
Yeah.
You can see the improvements, and if for next generation, it does feel like a bit of a not a huge leap, but a leap nonetheless. I do think they've.
And when I was playing it, I was like,
It
this
works
game,
on
this game looks expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
oh,
was like,
I
God, you
absolutely
can see
sure
the
it is.
money. You can just see the money everywhere. You're like, oh man, this is expensive. But very good. Yeah. So far,
Yeah, no,
all
I'm
right.
it's all right. It's pretty good. It's another Bethesda game. It's pretty good.
Yeah, thumbs
Big
up.
RPG.
Play it. It's on Game Pass, people.
Nice.
Yeah, just as my T-shirt says, just play it.
Just
play
play
it.
it.
Play it.
T-shirts
On
are
Game Pass.
available, by the way. To buy.
Indeed, you do. Duke, you go for on your own. You're
so
on
there's
your
this game
own.
called Aardwolf. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Aardwolf.
It is a text MMO. It's ridiculous. I've been playing quite a bit of it this past week because school is very hectic and I need something I can basically turn my brain off to. And again, I recognize how absurd it is to think that a Bethesda game is something you can't turn your brain off to because you don't really have to think very much about playing.
Yeah,
a
but it's
Bethesda game.
new though, isn't it? It's
But it is new, and there are systems to learn, and there's ways of doing. I could play Skyrim and not have to think about it, but it's
Yeah.
new, and you have to pay attention to the story, or I'm going to pay attention to the story at least. So
Yeah.
Aardwolf, there's this group called Boot Camp that is like a clan designed for new players, and I'm not really a new player, but I'm kind of a new player. I'm kind of pretending to be a new player, so whatever. I'm hanging out with them. They're probably not listening, but in case anybody is, what up, Boot Camp? And
Yeah.
I'm leveling up, and after I get to level 100, there is there's this other clan that is like the the journalists of Ardwolf. So it's like they want writers, and I'm like, hey, I'm a writer, and they're like, well, when you get to level 100, let us know. So I'm at level like 50 right now, so I'm halfway there. So,
A writer for
the
what?
one thing-
A writer for what?
for the clan, like they put out a newspaper and stuff. Like, I don't know. Whatever. If I can write in the game, I want to write.
You can write.
The one thing that's ridiculous that I think the reason I stopped playing it last time is because sometimes there are these like infinite mazes where, you know, the map, as you can see on the screen, there's a map for the game, but that map becomes useless when you're in one of these infinite mazes, and you basically have to like, there's ways to get around it, but if you don't know any of those, you basically have to just hit up, down, left, right constantly, north, south, east, west, until you find an exit. You like stumble on an exit, and that's frustrating in and of itself.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But it's especially frustrating if there are monsters that attack you the second you enter the room, which there sometimes are. So that can be really infuriating. Now, I have since learned that you can find potions that will turn you invisible so that you won't get attacked the second that you enter a room with monsters in it. So, you know, I'm learning how to navigate this world a little better, but I'm hoping I don't run into any of those infinite mazes for a while. So.
I don't
That's
know.
Ardwolf.
Yeah, it's tough for me
I
to
know. It's hard
tough to
know
me
what
to like
say.
this one, mate. Sorry.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anybody to like it. I'm just telling you that I've been playing it and it's fun. And I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but like the aesthetics of it, like I can put it on, and I've played a bunch of this game while listening to like Delirium and Enigma and Conjure 1. Like there's certain kinds of music that I associate with these games, you know, text-only games. And so it's, I don't know, it's very satisfying because I have this nostalgic connection to the music and the gameplay and the sound effects and stuff. So, yeah. Most people who play this game don't use sound effects, but I've spent time to link up sound effects with things that happen in the game.
Oh my
so, like,
God.
while I'm fighting, it's like
Does that take a lot of time to do?
not a lot of time, but a little bit of time.
God.
So, but
Sounds
it's,
like
it's
a
worth
faff
it for
to me. It does
That's
sound
a
like
It is a
dedication.
faff, but it's the same kind of faffing that brings us to cut a hole in our PC case with a hacksaw.
Well,
or,
kind of, but that was to make
you know,
it work.
fiddle
That wasn't just
endlessly
for
with
aesthetics.
video
That's not
processing
aesthetics.
so that the videos we make look good.
Yeah. And to your point though, Duke, there aren't video games that have graphics and sound.
Well, no, of course not. Sound
So-
effects.
Of course, you got to
see.
make it yourself. You got to
That's
do
it,
it.
yeah.
But I was also thinking about that, right? Like, that's, I think, one of the reasons why I like the text-only game is because it allows me to engage my imagination. In other words, if I'm playing New World, I see the graphics in New World. But when I'm playing the text game, it says you walk into a dark room and there are candles flickering in the corners. Like, I'm creating a lot of that room in my head.
Well, it's
And
like
a-
reading
it's
a book but playing a game.
Exactly. It's like reading a book versus watching a movie.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the appeal, one of the parts of the appeal for me of playing a text-based video game. So, for whatever it's
I
worth.
mean, I played a
know-
lot of text-based video games in my younger days. So you know, was it Zork? Is it Zork? One of those? Trying to
Yeah,
remember
sure.
what they're
It's
called.
like Zork, but you know, an MMO version of Zork.
Yeah. So I played a
With
lot
a
of
lot
those
more
games.
fighting.
And they're
'cause
cool.
I
I
mean,
used to love them. I love the the text-based
Yeah.
video games because I'm a big
They-
reader. You know, like yourself, I'm a a nerdy reader.
Sure.
So it appeals to me. I don't know whether this would appeal to me, but you
Right.
know,
Right.
normal
got
nerdy
you.
ones do.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Totally.
Right. In that case, Chinny, because I've not played a lot else this week because
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
I played 3 games. Shall we do? Does it hold up? Does it hold up? Does it hold up?
What's the premise of this section?
Does it hold
Stu?
up?
What is it?
So-
What is it? I don't get
we-
what it
we-
is.
We're taking it in turns to pick old video games that have to be at least 10 years or more old.
That's the one.
And then we've got to decide, does it hold up? Does it? I
Does
don't know,
it?
does it hold up?
Does it?
Is it as good as we remember?
Does it though?
Well,
So which one we playing?
well, we're playing. I mean, the first one we played, as we know, was The Walking Dead, and it just about the first episode might not, but the rest of the game did.
Yep.
So you chose this one, which is Uncharted series 1, 2, and 3. So we're playing the Uncharted series 1,
Uncharted.
2, and
You didn't know that there was a
Wow.
theme, did you? Uncharted.
I don't think it sounds like that.
She's
from
the
what I can
man. Yeah, Uncharted. We're bloody playing on.
remember. I mean, the first thing's the first, right? I'm going to say this straight off the bat.
Okay.
I thought it was a lot more basic than this from what I could remember of playing it.
Oh, you thought it was more basic?
Yeah, I did. I thought, oh, it's more better. I was like, started playing it, and at first I thought, have I put the wrong one on? Because I'm sure I remember this being a bit more basic than this. I thought it was a bit crap.
Yeah.
But no, it actually was like, oh.
We
This
are
is
playing
actually
the we are playing the updated version of this.
We are,
the
so it
Drake's
made it-
collection of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So it's remastered. So it made it look. I mean, I know it's 4K and it's been, up-res graphics and all that kind of jive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The first thing I noticed was
Go on.
the very first thing
Go
was
on.
the lack of motion capture. I mean, you can tell this is just someone programming someone to run.
Well, the actors Nolan North and the lady, I forgot her name. They did do motion capture for this game. They did do it.
You did, but the actual running around and stuff is
Yeah,
clearly
there are
not that.
moments, especially one where you're sort of. We've played up to the same point, by the way, haven't we? We played up to chapter 4, so there
We
are
have.
moments where when you explore that ship,
submarine,
the ship,
the
like
submarine.
that's like out of the water. You like there are some really robotic movements. Like it reminded me
There
of
are.
like, the Walking
What
Dead.
I also thought was the textures inside the U-boat look really basic. I mean,
The word is
the
cack.
out-
The word is cack.
It is.
Shit.
It is.
Cack.
Outside, jungle, like sky and
good.
colourful stuff looks great.
Yeah.
Inside, not so much. His was what I thought.
I
I
forgot
was just
you.
like, wow.
I forgot you. I've got a bit of an intro for the whole this. I got notes.
Oh,
I got
you got-
bloody
notes,
loads of notes. Right, intro.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
No,
'cause
no, right. So, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune came out November 2007.
I know, it's a long
2007.
time.
You know
It's
what?
older than I thought. It is
Directed
older than I
by
thought.
Amy Hennig, who she done all the Uncharted.
16 years. Can we just stress it? 16
Do you know what
years
other games were
old.
coming out in those times?
I
the
assume
crazy
Gears of
times?
War. Gears of War came
No,
out.
that was
year, didn't it?
2006. Guess again.
Oh, was that
bitch.
earlier?
Yeah.
Wow, that was earlier.
Yeah, that was earlier. So, okay, this is
think now.
unbearable. I can't do it anymore.
Ratchet and Clank.
No,
one
shut
of
up.
those came out?
Stop talking. It's
Oh.
boring. Right, so Call of Duty
Okay.
4, game changer, changed the industry, amazing.
Right.
Portal, one of the best games ever made.
Yep.
Bioshock, game changer, changed everything. Mario Galaxy, one of the best Mario games ever. Halo 3, one of the best Halo games ever. Assassin's Creed started $1 billion franchise. I don't know if it's $1 billion. Don't fact check me on that. Don't care. Mass Effect.
Please, oh, can I just say, please don't make me play Assassin's Creed at some point because that first game is atrocious.
Little spoiler for my next game, I suppose.
No, don't, please.
Mass Effect, one of the biggest games of that generation
very
of all
good.
time,
Cool,
and
cool.
also one of the best games we've ever come across. The B movie game. Remember the B movie game? Oh my god, it was
I remember
amazing.
the B-movie game.
Jerry Seinfeld. So this is what Amy Hennig said about this game, right, when she was making it. She said, Nathan Drake was envisioned as more of an everyman than Lara Croft, the protagonist of Tomb Raider. Shown as clearly under stress in the game's many firefights, with no special training and constantly living on the edge of his abilities. The director of the game, Amy Hennig, felt that a heavily armoured, tough as nails, so I think she's having a poke at Gears of War here, tough as nails protagonist with a large weapon is not a suitable hero, and decided a tenacious and resourceful character would portray a more human qualities. So I think she's having a bit of a poke at Gears of War, like saying
Yeah,
this isn't Gears of
definitely,
War,
yeah.
because it has a lot of similar traits to Gears of War, like the cover mechanic and whatever. But yeah, this is saying this isn't Gears of War. This is definitely not Gears of War. Gears of War's a thing.
No, I absolutely agree. I do think that, and I also think having played, started playing it again.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more in common with Indiana Jones than it does with Lara Croft.
Yes, it
If I'm
is.
being totally honest.
It is. Yeah, a little bit of Indiana Jones. I mean, when I first started playing it, Stu,
Yeah.
the music straight away, I was like,
Great, it's
"Ah,
great, innit?"
it's good to be back, isn't it?" I didn't know you did. I didn't know you did the music. Stu, can you stop playing the music?
I'm sorry.
Because you were just playing an MP3 of the music. There,
I
wasn't you?
know, totally doing that.
Amazing. I think the acting holds up. Do you?
Oh, brilliantly!
Yeah,
I
it's
think
good.
the acting and the dialogue both hold
Yeah,
up really well.
very well.
I do. I mean, that first sequence on the boat where the pirates are attacking, I still think holds up so well.
That's great. Yeah.
And I'm still so impressed that, like, back in 2007, she had a fully waterproof camera. That was just fine, you know.
Yeah,
jumping
don't
the
worry about it,
ocean.
you know.
And you know, nothing gets busted. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all
still
fine.
working
Still
perfectly
works.
fine.
Perfect. There is a moment where they did this a lot better. Remember the game Spider-Man? Spider-Man?
I do Spider-Man.
So there was
Spider-Man.
two when Spider-Man is talking, they recorded every dialogue twice because sometimes he's swinging and sometimes he's stationary, right?
Yeah.
So every time he's swinging, they record the dialogue as if he's swinging, you know, in context. He's like, oh yeah, you know, he sounds like he's stretching and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas
a bit out of
obviously
breath or
back in
whatever.
2007, which is basically caveman times, this was not the case because there's a bit where like the ship's about to blow up and Elena, the character Elena, was like, oh no. You know what I mean? Like it was just say,
Yeah,
oh, no.
I must admit, I did think her acting was slightly wooden. I think it does improve as the series goes on.
But also, like, you can't blame the actress because she's just in a big blue room or whatever. Like, she doesn't know what's going on. The facial emotion isn't quite there, is it, with this one?
No, it's not bad though.
not
Again,
bad,
I
it's not
thought
quite there.
eyes look pretty good. You know, when she says something sarcastic, you can see the expression on her face, and I thought that's pretty good.
Yeah, some of that might be. I do have a video here of the graphical comparison, so we'll watch that in the background.
All right.
So some
okay,
of that
this
might
is,
be that, yeah.
like
because
new stuff.
the PS3 version of the characters, they look really plastic. They look like soldier
Well,
men
I
and
did,
stuff.
like I say, when I was starting playing, I'm like, I don't remember it looking as good as
No,
this.
it didn't. I mean, it's not far off, but it looks a lot softer in the newer versions. You know,
Right,
it's not as
okay.
plastic and not as like it looks like Toy Story basically, the actual version of it. But anyway, I like Nathan and Sully. They at the start of this, they absolutely skank Elena and they boat off like dicks.
Oh yeah.
I
There
think
you
that's
go.
great.
Oh, let's
That's
just
good.
go.
It's good. It's so funny. And I like the fact
What was
that, you know,
quite funny though, what I liked about that, right? His reasoning for them going is because every other treasure hunter is going to descend on the island if she knows about it.
Yeah,
But they still know about
they
it.
still know about it.
They still know. How did he know?
There's a bit where Sully's the one scene. This is all the first 4 chapters, by the way. So if you are playing the game with us, or you want to play along, you can still catch up. But there's a scene where Sully says, I'm so desperate for money. I need money. Like that's his motivation. And then literally in the next scene, he sees this like tin helmet, right? And Nathan's like, oh, like there's some soldiers been here from this, which is probably, this helmet is probably like hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
And Sully
He
just smacks it
throws
out of his hand. And he
away.
goes, I don't want that shit. I want
And
this
I
other
thi-
shit.
I
I'm
did-
like,
I
bloody hell.
thought I thought that'd sell for about, I don't know, a couple
Give
of
us
million
some
or-
money!
That's like
He
worth
wants
a lot of money.
cash. He doesn't have time to be selling tin hats.
I remember
know.
just thinking, it's probably worth a couple $100, Sully. What are you doing
Yeah,
here?
well,
Like,
Yeah,
more
but you have
than
to
that,
sell
I would
it.
imagine a lot of money.
you might,
got time for
you
that
might be able
shit.
to buy a couple.
Spanish Armada helmet, it's probably worth a lot of cash.
You might be able to
You
buy.
gotta sell it. Fuck that shit.
You
Yeah,
might be able to
exactly.
buy a couple of cases of cigars with it, at least. I just thought that was good.
I thought that was funny, yeah. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, that's going to be worth some cash.
There's some
He's
tropes.
throwing it away.
I think the reason why the boat stuff is in there at the start is because after that boat scene, it gets pretty boring, very slow. Like it's like you are walking around doing puzzles for quite a while before you come across another enemy. So
What I
I think
liked about that, can I just mention the puzzles? What I quite liked is that provided the escape route. So once you've done all those puzzles in one direction, it was the escape route on the way back, which I kind of liked.
it's also cheaper when you develop that way.
Yeah,
'Cause-
true, but I like
'cause-
that
yeah,
design.
it's
I
good,
was like,
it's
that's
clever.
pretty, and it makes it quicker on the way back, doesn't it?
I like
faster.
there's certain tropes that I like in Uncharted games, and one of them is when Nathan Drake is running towards the camera, which is made famous by Crash Bandicoot, because a lot of Crash Bandicoot levels was Crash Bandicoot running towards the camera. For people that don't know, this is made by the same people, Naughty Dog. So one of their tropes was for the character to run towards the camera, and there's something iconic about Nathan Drake saying no. You know what I mean? Like there's something
Yeah.
about like him just because you know what Amy. When I read that thing at the start with Amy saying, "Oh, he's just sort of a bumbling idiot making the best of what he can do." Even in the first act, what we've played, that comes
Yeah.
through, doesn't it? Like
Oh,
like
definitely.
the plane crash and he's trying to get the parachute
Yeah.
on. And he's flying the
Yeah,
plane,
yeah.
and because he lets Elena jump out. And then he's still flying the plane. And he even says to himself, like, what am I
What
doing?
the hell am I doing?
What am I doing? Right? So then he jumps out and he stumbles and he can't get the thing
And
out.
he ends up hung up in a tree,
Yeah,
and then he
it's
sees
so
an angel that he thinks
good.
is about to get stabbed.
And you can see why when you look at the games that were out in 2007, the Halos, the Gears of Wars, the B movie, obviously, which we all played, you can see why this was appealing, because you were playing big, muscly, blokes with
Yeah.
chainsaw guns and space
And in
guns.
this, basically, you're playing a psychopathic idiot.
Yeah, you're
aren't
just
you?
playing this bloody guy who's like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like,
Is even when she says, "Have you got the license to do the dive?" and he's like, "I haven't got no license."
I don't know.
No license.
Oh dear. The only thing I really remember is that ship. That ship that we talked about.
Yeah,
like,
the
that's-
U-boat,
Yeah,
the
I
U-boat.
sort of vaguely remember that, but I don't.
It's a cool. That is a cool. From outside, it's a cool section because he's like, "What the hell is a U-boat doing in the middle of a river?"
What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, it is on a waterfall, and it does look amazing. You know what I mean? It's pretty impressive.
Some of the dialogue from Sully is a little bit crap because you're climbing a very, very high ledge, and he says, "You want to watch yourself up there? So you're pretty high up. You want to."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might
yeah,
die.
just
And
you
you're
want to be careful.
Thanks, Sully. Cheers. That's really
Yeah,
good.
thanks for the info.
And I remember really liking Uncharted for this reason, and I reminded myself of it, is usually characters feel very separate from the world. They never touch the wall, they never touch the rail. And in the submarine thing, he touches the doors and stuff like that, which I thought was like a nice little touch.
Yeah.
Like the animation
Yeah.
is so good. And this is one of the first games that I remember that happening. I never saw that before. Something I hate is his leather bracelet. Nathan Drake's. He's got this like, little leather.
Yeah, he does.
Hate
he does.
that. I hate that. Just
Friendship. It was Elena gave him. Oh,
no,
that's
no,
all
we
you-
didn't. No, we didn't. No, I hate it. It
Well,
looks.
let's be friends,
No,
David. I
no,
love you. Here,
no.
have a bracelet.
It cries of like. I'm sorry if people wear these, but it cries of middle-aged man desperately trying on to youth.
Want to look
that's-
cool. Want to look cool in their old age.
We'll see that. Obviously,
It smells of the Vulture on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
yeah. There you go. That's it. Like there you
Little
go. Like
bracelet.
middle-aged man trying to hold on to you.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, that's me. Help.
I know. The villain is British, which is always good. I mean, that's just a standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
The villain's like, well, how do you do, Nathan? And he's like, look, he's British. Perfect. Yeah, I think the standout for me is the parachute scene. Like that is.
I do. It's a great.
fantastic.
It's a. Let's be honest. It's a complete, like, steal from Indiana Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The very first movie, and that more or
Yeah.
less happens frame for frame, doesn't
It's
it?
great.
Similar.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and I think it's just great. It's just such a great scene. The dialogue's great. She's like, "I'm out of here,"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Shit."
it's well written as well because at the start of the game, just after you do the submarine, Sully gets shot, doesn't he? He gets shot, and Nathan is like in his next bit of dialogue with Elena. He straight away he's like, "Oh my god, they shot him." He's not joking around. He's not,
Yeah, you get
so
serious.
so
you
he
get
feels
serious.
like this jovial guy who was just messing about. All of a sudden, you can understand in some video games, someone gets shot or something, and then the next scene they're like, "Way!" or like they just mess about or have a line of dialogue that doesn't really reflect what the last thing happened. They just forgot about it all of a sudden. Whereas Nathan Drake was like clearly devastated the next scene. They didn't forget that the character would be going through something.
Well, it's his bestie. It's his best mate.
I know, but there's
isn't
so
it,
many
you know?
games where they forget that stuff, and that makes these characters feel real. They feel
Yeah, human.
very real.
They feel human, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Well, as
pretty
far
much-
as so does it hold up, Ginny? What do you think? Does
I
it
mean,
hold up?
we're very early on. Very
We
early
are
on.
very early on.
Say it right.
Sorry.
Does it hold up? Does it hold up so far? Does it hold up
I
so
would say
far?
this. I mean, it's a bloody home run, isn't it? This one. It's
Definitely. I mean,
I
this is
honest-
the measure. This is my measure, right? And I text you and I said, "Oh, I've got to chapter 4, so I'll stop there so you can catch up or whatever. You play to that bit." I just wanted to keep playing it.
Yes.
I was just
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to just keep playing it. I don't
Yeah.
want to stop.
You was lucky really because I only just about noticed that it said chapter 4. It said chapter 4, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this
I
is where
just
Stu
knew it
got to. I was like,
yeah,
oh, I wanted to
just knew it
carry on. I
going.
wanted to play.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I really
and
enjoyed
also, can I just talk about my very stupid schoolboy error? Because I I bought this on disc because I didn't realize I'd already bought it on the PlayStation Store at some point in time. So yeah, I already had it. Luckily, it was only £7, so it didn't cost me a whole lot of pennies. But I have said, if anybody wants to play along, I'm happy to send it you just for the cost of postage. So
There you are.
DM me if you want a copy of the game to play along.
Does
with
that
us.
play on the PS4? And
It plays on it's the PS4 version.
Okay,
So
so it'll play on the PS5 as well.
yeah. It's basically the Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection on disc.
Right, I
So if you want to
see.
play along, just send me your details. DM me on I don't know anywhere where I'm on X or X.
X.
Message me on Facebook or on Discord anywhere.
I mean,
Just let us know.
so talking back to the game. I mean, we've done 3 chapters. We're on the 4th.
Yeah.
There could be things coming up where it doesn't hold up, but we don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We
But
don't
we
know.
don't know. I can't remember. I genuinely cannot. I mean, this is how little I can remember because I didn't realize this was the game we were playing. I was like,
Yeah.
"Is this it? What's
Yeah,
happening?"
Yeah.
Can I just say as well, one of the highlights for me were the skies. The skies look great in this game. Clouds and shit like that look really good. I'm like, yeah, aesthetically, this looks great. Sunlight filters really well through leaves and all that. You know what I'm like?
Stop whining
I
about minor
know.
aesthetic details.
Well, I keep. I'll be honest. I keep having to pinch myself that this game came out in 2000.
Yeah, we have to. We have
Can't
to
believe how
just,
amazing it
just,
is.
just to make sure we are playing the PS4 version. The skies look very different on the PS3 version.
They
look-
do, but not. I mean, I can see that on the comparison, but they're not massively different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're different. They're different.
They
They're
are. I do
very
understand that. I do
blown
understand
out
that.
and overexposed on the PS3, whereas they
They
have
are,
a lot more.
but they
depth
still,
and-
again, it's bloody 16 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
this game is bloody ancient in terms of video games.
I'm
now.
looking at the graphics now of the PS3 version, the PS4 version. I don't think it's like a massive upgrade. They probably have upgraded more than we think.
No, they seem to have, just like you said, softened everything and just sort of more
Yeah.
muted.
ca-
Everything's a
the-
bit more
the
muted.
characters' faces look better, look a lot better. But
Yeah, they do.
this
yeah.
is definite. This is a remaster. It isn't a remake, is it? This is what
No,
we're saying the
no.
wrong word. This is a remaster. So I've got nothing else on this one, Stu.
No,
This,
not till next
uh,
week. Let's
yeah.
keep on going.
So
And like
are
I
we going to
say-
get to chapter? Should we get to
Well,
chapter
shall we
nine?
do
Chapter nine?
chapter
Chapter
9?
10?
10? Let's do it around
Let's.
10.
So
I think.
the start.
Around
We're
10.
going up to the start of the
Stop at the end of chapter 9.
There's 16
so-
chapters, by the way. I checked. So
Is
yeah,
there?
so we
Right,
need to
okay.
crack on with it, really. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I want to play it because when we stopped playing it, I was like, oh, I want to play it.
Yeah, I
and
want to
B,
keep going. I do.
There's quite a lot of
Anyway.
chapters, so we'll play up to chapter 10, but not including chapter 10, if that's clear. So Uncharted so far, pretty good.
Yeah, Millie,
Right.
can we just say, I mean, Darren Simpson came out the year before my son was born.
Jesus,
That's mad.
Jesus.
Can we just say, Millie was 6, so Millie was 6 when this came
Yeah,
out. And
Darren
now
Sims
she's-
said he also said this is the first game on the PS3 that felt next gen. Was amazed by the first time I saw his
Oh,
clothes
definitely.
wet.
Definitely.
Yeah, so and I think Gears of War was my first one where I was like, bloody hell, this is cool. And remember Dead Rising? Dead Rising was a
I
game where I was like, wow,
do,
this
I
is next
do.
gen. You can't do this on the other one. So
But I'll be honest, I love Dead Rising, and I didn't like that having to keep starting over, because you have to keep starting over to level your character up.
Well,
Which I get.
there's for
Well,
this
that-
feature though,
oh.
Stu. For this feature, like there's so many bloody games.
There is. I mean, you've listed. How many of you listed just, that
Yeah.
came out this year?
Yeah, Halo 3
Same.
and Call of Duty 4 and
Portal.
Portal,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah.
Loads of stuff. Anyway, we'll carry on with it. We're doing the Uncharted quadrilogy, by the way, as well. So we're doing all bloody 4 of them. And guess what? I still haven't played 4.
I know. You're mad.
So this will be where I play it on this feature. So
Yeah.
we shall.
Do you hold up?
Yeah, even though I suppose 4 isn't 10 years old, but it'd be weird not to do the 4th one if we're doing all 3. Like it'd be
Well,
strange.
by the time you get to it, it might be.
yeah, it might
Yeah, it
be.
probably will be 10 years
It
old by the time we
probably
get to that.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
my
this is-
son or daughter might be 10 years old by the time we get to it.
There might be.
Lovely.
be, but-
Okay, that's us. Sorry, Duke. You got to keep.
Yeah,
talking.
great so far. Great so far.
Duke.
Rocket League
Oh yeah.
Rocket
Oh, does it
League.
hold up?
has a
Does it hold
it
up?
has a new season.
Ah.
It's
Hey,
not
this
just the
this must be
game.
nearly 10 years old now,
It's
is it?
it's 2015 it came out, so 2 years away from being 10 years old.
God, Lord, I was
God.
joking.
No.
Oh, it holds up, man. So here's the thing: every season, there's like some new story that they're telling about the season coming up, and last season it was like they used the Spanish language thing. It was like this very colorful neighborhood. There was this new stadium in this colorful neighborhood, and whatever. It's got this very Latin vibe. This season, the headline is, it's so ridiculous. I can't not laugh while I'm reading it. Season 12 hacks the mainframe with the Porsche 911 Turbo.
Wow.
Control Shift demo. Home to Rocket League's opening day, Neo Tokyo's megalithic tech scene and neon-soaked cityscape make for a landmark arena, blah, blah, blah. Notorious hacktivist Zero Day, and I have no idea if this is a real person or just some character they made up, has gained access to the city's digital infrastructure, and their motives remain unclear, but the city's underbelly buzzes with anticipation of what's to come. Race against the machine. See what they did there? Race.
I see what they did there.
Yeah. You'll instantly unlock the in-game Porsche 911 Turbo when you purchase Rocky Pass Premium, blah, blah, blah. Augment your ride. All your Halo are belong to us. You remember that? All your base are
all
belong
your
to
base
us.
doing the video
Yeah.
game thing. Oh, they
The
can.
hacked Halo topper adds a holographic vibe to your car.
Whoa.
Perfect for sweaty circuit breakers on the move. What the fuck are you talking about? We're playing soccer with cars that have rocket engines on them. That's it. What are you even doing?
That's it.
Transform your arena into a personal paradise with Zero's World.
They've
It's
got
just
to.
so ridiculous.
They've got
how
to keep
over the
swapping
top
it up,
they're
dude.
doing.
They've got to.
You can give us new stuff without having to come up with this bullshit text to go with
No.
it. Sick and tired of living under our neural wave sentinel overlords? Show your allegiance to all of car kind with 0 Day's bad beat antenna, 0 Day player banner, and 0 Day topper hologram. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Sounds
it's
pretty.
so ridiculous.
Sounds pretty
You can
rad.
start blasting corrupted data out into the arena. Ugh,
Sounds pretty rad to me, dude.
it's so obnoxious.
We got.
So anyway,
Sorry, Mr.
the
Steve
point
is in the
is-
chat. Mr. Steve, remember Mr.
Hi,
Steve?
Mr. Steve sent us t-shirts
Yes.
and stuff. Good old Mr. Steve.
Yeah.
right.
That's me.
There you go. There it is.
The season stuff is pretty cool. Like, I bought the season pass. I didn't buy it. For those who don't know, every season, if you play enough, you get credits along the way, and you'll get back the credits you spent on the season pass. So every season, I get my credits back. So I
Sounds
haven't
like a
paid for season.
pyramid scheme to me, dude.
Well, it would be if we had to keep putting money into it. But a pyramid scheme where you don't have to put money into
It's
it.
it's a
is no
time
scheme at
pyramid
all.
scheme. You have to keep
Yeah,
on
it
It's
time.
a
is.
time pyramid scheme. I won't argue that. Yeah.
Yes.
But what else am I gonna play? Starfield? Yeah.
I'm just
so,
proud
Rocket
that
League-
we all played a brand new video game this week. Well, that's pretty
Okay,
good for us.
First time for everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm getting some neat stuff. Whatever, it's fine. And I got a Porsche. And it was funny because someone said, "Imagine spending money on a free game," when they saw my Porsche, and I was like, "Actually, I didn't spend any money, but I'm not trying to explain it in the text chat, man."
Actually, I didn't play.
Actually.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I would have bought it once upon a time.
maybe.
And the credits had to have started somewhere, but that was like 10 years ago or 7 years ago. Rocket League is fun. I
Yeah.
landed in Platinum 3-1, which is weird because I was Diamond 2 last season, so I got to get back up there.
That's as much jargon as bloody Starfield.
Yeah, I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Well, it's your rank. See, y'all don't play games with ranks. So
Nah, I've never played a game. I haven't played a game.
How do they do ranks?
What is
in-
a video
in,
game? What is that?
Snooker.
Sorry.
Do they do ranks in snooker? Do you have a rank in snooker?
In the league, you have a handicap. So
Okay.
the higher the number, the worse off you are. It's like golf, I suppose. The higher the number, yeah. Also, the snooker league started this week, so I've been playing.
Woo! Well, the real snooker
The
league,
real
not
in-
the, yeah, the
in
real.
real life. Yes.
Real.
So I'm playing
What's it? Do you know what that's the first sign of, Chinny?
winter.
Winter's coming.
Winter's
That's that's
coming,
the first sign of.
yes.
Holy
And it's
cr-
so
holy bloody
difficult
moly.
because I haven't really played much snooker because I don't like playing snooker in the heat because it's crap.
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest, it's not felt like winter at all these last few days. It's been absolutely freaking boiling here.
It's so muggy today and everything. So
Crazy
So we're
weather,
breaking
crazy.
the planet with all our fossil fuels.
well, don't worry about that. I'm talking about snooker.
No, apparently, actually, you're wrong. Apparently, it's to do with a hurricane that you're having in the Caribbean around your neck of the woods recently. That has
Okay,
affected
why
the
are
Gulf
we having more
Stream.
hurricanes and why are we having more intense hurricanes?
Because it's just affected the Gulf Stream, which
We're
has
not a
caused lot of high
politics
pressure.
show. We're not gonna do
No,
anything.
suck it.
I was saying it
So,
in passing.
Did you
and
get
still
all
wanted-
the Sahara Desert dust on your car?
Yeah, I
Sure.
did. Yeah,
I
we
got
did.
loads of that stuff. I thought
That would have been my.
Desert
If we had
dust.
had story time, I would have talked about my car being filled with trash.
Ah.
Well, now you gotta tell us.
Well, you got to tell us how the hell did your car get filled with trash?
Well, it wasn't actually filled with trash. It just smelled like it was because I used to drive. We have a long driveway, and after the trash gets picked up, our garbage can is just sitting there. So I used to pop it in the back of the hatchback and bring it up to the house.
Bring it up,
And
yeah.
I didn't realize that it was making my car smell like trash. And for some reason, out of nowhere, one day I just sat in and I'm like, oh my God, my car smells like trash. So I had to pay $150 for this company to like clean
Deep
the
clean.
fuck
Quality,
out of it.
Deep
quality,
clean,
deep
yeah.
clean it,
Yup.
yeah.
And now it smells like a new car.
Colin
Polished it up and waxed it.
Colin
Who's
Allcars.
clicking? Whoa, who's
It's
clicking?
Duke. It's Duke.
Yeah, that's my eraser. I'm sorry.
Stop, put it down. Put it down.
Colin Allcars.
I'll mute myself. How's that?
Colin Allcars
Yeah.
said Rocket League Gold 2 representing. Sorry, I suck, Duke.
Wow. No, that's fine. Hey, whatever. If you
Whoa,
have fun,
did you hear
that's
when
all
you
that
said
matters.
wow then? Wow. What is gold too? I've never heard
No,
of it.
I was surprised by the fact that anybody is playing Rocket League because usually I'm surrounded by haters who are like, oh, Rocket League, nobody cares. Shut up, Duke. So the fact that
Yeah.
someone's showing love, thank you, Colin.
Yep. I have one more game to talk
All right,
about.
who's next? What else?
Yeah, Ginny, I have nothing else.
I got
But
one more
Ginny,
game
go.
to talk about. So, I haven't. To be fair, I haven't really played this game. Right. I just wanted to talk about it because remember that Play My Game bitch that we did, Arcade Paradise. Remember that?
Oh my god, are you still on that?
I know. I
playing
said.
that,
I
huh?
just said that I haven't been playing it, but I wanted to talk about it.
Alright, okay.
Go ahead, talk about it.
I wanted to talk about it. The fact
You been
that
playing it?
I've been playing it. Yeah, I've been playing it loads. So
Oh my god. You said last week, oh, I've done the story, I'm
Yeah.
done now. That's
So
it, I'm
this
done.
is the thing, Stu. I thought that I'd done the
You
story.
say things, but you don't mean them.
No,
is
I
that
thought.
it?
No, I thought that I'd finished the story.
Right.
Turns out I hadn't.
Oh my god.
Oh, you thought?
I
it-
saw a thumbnail
Wow.
because for the
This is a game that just keeps on giving.
it just never stops. It really is because I'm going to talk about something in a bit. You know, when I play videos for the video version of this podcast, which is available on YouTube, by the way, you know, the YouTube page throws up recommendations. So I play these, you know, let's plays of Arcade Paradise, and then like on the YouTube recommendations, I saw this thumbnail of the front of the shop. And I was like, I've never seen that. Like, it changed from a laundromat to, like, Arcade Paradise. I was like,
Oh, snap.
I've never seen that. I never did that. Googled it, and I was like, I haven't finished this fucking game.
Oh, my God.
no. Right? And, Duke,
Love
you
it.
said something last week that really actually made me think, oh, yeah, I should have thought about that, which was, why are you
pooped my
still
pants.
doing bloody laundry, you fucking
Yeah,
idiot?
really.
And I was like, yeah, that's a
Oh.
point. Like, why am I still doing laundry? Right? So anyway, you play the game a bit more, and your sister's like, hey, you want to upgrade the thing? Yeah, fuck your dad, he's a prick. Which is, no, that is the story. Like,
It's
your
funny
dad's,
that she would say that.
your dad's a prick.
I
No,
know
they
he's a
they
prick.
do. They actually do, right? They sort of say, oh, yeah, he's a knob or whatever. Anyway, you upgrade the store, so the laundromat has gone, and it's just pure arcades, right?
Nice.
Dude.
So what happened in the game? You have to do certain goals on the arcade machines to get money in your bank account. Money in your bank account and
Oh,
business money.
interesting.
Money in your bank account and business money is very different. So money in your bank account, you can upgrade like, oh, the machines don't break down, or you can sprint, or you don't have to carry as much trash when you're emptying the trash. The money for the business is you can buy arcades and stuff like that, right? So you've got more time to play the machines because you never have
you
time to
you
play
don't
them.
have- Yeah, because you
yeah,
don't have to
there
go
you
and do
go.
laundry all the time.
The trouble is, most of these games are pretty shit, to be fair. So you're like, oh, now that I have all the time, all day to play them, you realise like these games they're pretty bad. There are some though that are good. So the one that's on the screen now, which is like a kind of stacking game.
This looks pretty good. I'm watching. I'm
This
thinking
is all
looks
right.
Pretty chill.
This
It
is
looks
all right.
pretty chill.
I'm being a little bit unfair because most of the arcade games are very, very like well made. You know, they're thought about, and they're all knockoffs of things like Bomberman or Tetris or you know
Yeah, I
Asteroids
actually
or
enjoyed this one
Pac-Man.
with the crates.
Yeah,
but
so-
there's a timer on it, so it's not very chill. You got to get
They also,
it done.
Yeah, I
there's-
can't see that because it's.
Well,
put
the
off
ones
on
you
the
start out
screen.
with, Duke, there's loads of arcade machines that you get throughout the thing. There's
Yeah.
more. There's so much more. And this is so clever, right? There's one which is basically Streets of Rage or
Yeah.
Double Dragon, right?
Right.
In that game, there's an arcade shop, and you can walk in and play
Oh,
the
wow.
arcades in that
Oh
game.
my god.
So what you're
That's
doing,
crazy.
you're
That's
playing a
layers on
game
layers, man.
where you're simulating an arcade thing, where you're playing an arcade, and in that game, on that arcade, you're playing another game. It's like Inception.
Woo!
So you're playing an arcade game on an arcade machine in an arcade simulator on a video game. It's unreal. And you know what? What's hilarious is those games on
Ron
those
sound effect.
machines, those arcade games on those machines in the arcade game, right, are actually pretty good as well. Like you've got like a version of Pong, Snake. So they're all right. It's unbelievable what they've done.
Chinny's happy about playing Snake? Is
I don't
that,
know.
like,
Yeah,
where
well,
we're at?
Snake's a
Yeah.
good game. I've got
Look
no.
at the veteran gamers. Does Snake hold up?
Snake.
It totally holds up, I would
It's all right.
imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Pong, does it hold up?
Totally holds up.
So, yes, I'm done with it now. I've definitely finished it now. I'm not going to be playing it. I've uninstalled it. It's done, right? It's
All
over.
right.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say?
Do you know what though? Can I just say? And I know this is a Game Pass game,
Mm-hmm.
but had you paid cash for this, you'd have definitely thought you got your value.
Oh,
for
yeah.
money.
You know what? There's
Massively.
so much effort has gone into this game for what it is. And, the sounds, the music, the different types of games, the clever little micromanagement stuff. And also, at the very, very end, when you finish the whole thing, there's a kind of music video called Arcade Paradise of a band, a real band. This is an FMV. This is like a real music video of a band that have recorded a music video about this game, which was made for the game.
That's brilliant.
And the band is kind of like a Rage Against the Machines.
Do you know, maybe this is how we should rate these games on Game Pass now. Would we buy them? Would we have paid cash for them?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would have. Like, they're a Rage Against the Machine knockoff. This band.
Fuck you! I won't do your damn laundry.
There you go.
Fuck you! I won't do your damn laundry.
And you think this is too much effort. Like you know when you do your homework and somebody's like done a binder and like color coding and they've gone too far and you're like, this should have been an hour's work. You've done too much. This developer has done too much. Like they didn't have to do all this. It's a good way.
You were quite happy with how it ended, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like,
Still
yeah.
walked out.
But I think you're right, Stu. You know, the Play My Games bitch review. I mean, it should be a thumbs up or thumbs down, or maybe it should be, would I pay for this?
Would I have bought it?
Would I have bought it?
Or
You
would
know?
have been happy to buy it after
Would
playing
I have bought it? Would I have bought it for a tenner? Oh, look, how much would you have bought it for?
Yeah,
there
how
you
much
go.
would you pay?
How much
Because
would you
obviously
pay? And
most
the worst,
of the time, we've no idea how much these games would cost.
the worst price would be nothing. You're like, oh, no, I wouldn't
Yeah.
pay for this game. But
Yeah, I
obviously,
wouldn't pay
like
it.
if you said, oh, like
Free were.
for 40, if this game, let's do it now. If Arcade Paradise was worth a tenner, 15 quid, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's all right. That's a pretty good price for this game. So, Arcade
you go.
Paradise. Who knew? I'm still playing. Okay, but
So
I'm done.
what about Power Wash Simulator then? How much would that be worth?
Infinite amount of money. Infinite.
£100.
I would
not a
give them
problem.
my 30 quid subscription for that.
Wow,
Yeah.
there you go. That's a big endorsement.
Which has got new DLC, which we haven't played, which we need to
No,
play.
I know. We've
know,
got
I
loads
know,
of stuff to
I
play,
know,
haven't we?
I
We
know,
need to
do
sort that
this.
out. We do just need to sort that out.
Luckily, I don't have anything hectic coming up soon that's going to change. my
No,
life
you'll be fine.
completely.
You'll be chilled. You'll be
right.
chilled.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
Totally
next
chill.
week's Play My Game
Stu?
Bitch is Everspace 2. We're
Everspace
gonna
2,
play
yeah.
it this team.
Yeah.
I'll probably play this again because I'll have forgotten by then because
Yeah,
I'm
you
old.
probably forgot by them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all the games, Stu.
That's it. So, and that I've got some news this week. I know we haven't done news for a bit, so it's time to do some news.
Putting news first.
Yeah. First news this week. Bit of a weird story. This bit of a weird story, but we're gonna go weird anyway.
Go on.
Stray the game has an animated movie in the works.
Stray the Cat game.
Yeah, Stray the
Really?
cat game.
I can believe that. I can believe that. Yeah, like people like cats.
Annapurna Entertainment has said Blue 12 Studios' well-received 2022 adventure game gets the animated treatment from Annapurna's recently launched animation division, led by former Disney animation executives Robert Bird and Andrew Milstein.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're going to get a cartoon animated version of Stray, which I think is pretty good. I like the game and I like the story, so I think that'll do pretty well. I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So super quick news. Next one. having sex daily in Starfield is actually a fast way to level up.
What?
So, yeah, Bethesda Game Studios, no stranger giving players all sorts of buffs for doing various activities, and Starfield is no different. Because as it turns out, you receive a buff every time you and your partner spend the night together.
Nice.
Really?
So you receive a buff called Emotional Security.
So what you're telling me, Stu, is just constantly just keep bunking
Just
in
constantly
this game.
have sex in the game.
Get
Can
it
you?
out.
Does it matter what or who you have sex with? Can you have sex with the chair?
No, it's got to be a part. Apparently, it's got to be a partner in the game. I don't know how that works.
That's so
but there you go.
unrealistic because I walk past that chair and I
Partner.
get tempted. I don't know.
You get tempted by the chair.
chair.
Emotional security. This boost allows you to gain an additional 15% XP for the next 24 minutes.
Just keep banging.
So you just keep banging, man. And you can
Keep
like level up your XP a lot quicker. You get more XP for doing shit. So yeah, get to know your crew on a personal level. Is
Bosh.
the advice. There you go. Next bit of super quick news. Guess what, everyone? A new game has come out, and already someone has built a Thomas the Tank Engine ship.
Excellent.
Because of course they
Excellent.
have. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Of course.
But unlike normal
Awesome.
one where it gets modded into the game, this time someone's actually built it with the ship builder.
Well,
tool.
because you can build things with this
Yeah.
shipbuilder, yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so
have you
they've
got
actually
to Have you got to
modeled
that Duke a shipbuilder thing or
No,
No.
But I
Yeah.
just assume that after the settlements, and yeah, I think there's settlement type stuff because there's a perk that has to do with settlements.
Right.
There's settlements in Starfield too as well.
Yeah. I saw a screenshot on Reddit of somebody says, "Does anybody else's ship look like this?" And all their, when
It's a
all the
big
like the junk that they no. It's inside. There's a picture inside the ship. All the junk
right.
that they pick up, they just dump on the
Yeah,
floor,
sure.
and it looks like one of those TV shows where somebody hoards a bunch
Hoarders.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Hoarders.
Yeah.
It looks like that. It just looks like a whole room.
It just
full
looks
of stuff.
like a kid's like messy room.
I feel like that's what I want to do. I feel like I want to do that, and then
Yeah.
A lot
sort
of
it all
people
out.
did that with the jewels in Skyrim. So.
I like that. Kid's messy room. Mortal Kombat 1's latest trailer shows off
Mortal Kombat!
Jean-Claude Van Damme is in this game, everybody.
Oh snap!
So let's guess, right? Jean-Claude Van
Fight.
Damme, what's his death move gonna be? What is the fatality move
He's gonna
gonna be?
comb his hair, and you're gonna go, "Oh, he's so beautiful," and die.
It's got to be
from that.
something to do with the splits, hasn't it?
I was just about to say the same thing. It has got to be something to do with the splits, hasn't it?
Yeah, I imagine so. Or like, was he in Kickboxer? Was that him?
It was, yeah, on Bloodsport.
Like
yeah.
he dips his gloves in glue and then glass and then just makes you eat the glove or something.
Possibly. I like that idea. If that is it, I'll be like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or you go to a meal with Van Damme, like you have a little meal with him, and he just bores you to death, and you just
Yeah, I don't think he's a very exciting
you
person.
just shoot yourself in the end. You're like, no, I can't stand this. I can't talk to him anymore. There you go. Fatality.
Fatality.
Self fatality.
No, I'll be honest, this week was hard. There was a lot of Starfield news all over the place.
Yeah, well, we talked about that bollocks.
Starfield, talking of Starfield, it overtakes Skyrim and Fallout to become Bethesda's biggest game launch of all time.
Well, because they hyped it for 3 years.
All time. And Adam, right, Millie's boyfriend, Adam, right, although you can get it on Game Pass, has decided to buy it on Steam just so he can play it on his Steam Deck better than doing it through the stream.
I'm surprised you didn't do that.
There you go.
No, I did think about it, but I thought I'd just play it on big television.
Yeah, but then like the tightness, what do you call somebody who's tight, Duke? What's another word for somebody who's
I
tight
don't know
with their
what you
money?
mean. Stingy.
I don't.
Come
I
on,
don't
Duke,
really
you're in Eng-
pass
what's
judgment on
no,
people like that?
Duke, what's another word for it?
Stingy Stuart,
Stingy.
Stuart the stingy lad. He's
You're-
not paid full price for anything he's ever had. He
So, yeah, you need to put some music under that because you just can't
Do you
tell
know-
if it's a
do you
clip
know-
or you.
no, it's
just,
my beautiful singing voice.
just to put this into context, right?
Yeah.
Every time I get a fiver out of my wallet, the queen eyes blink at the light. That's how it is.
I'll
I
tell you
thought.
what, these
Hey,
these
what?
pub jokes that you got.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
bloody
I
hell,
tell you.
Stu's getting his wallet out. Where's the moths? Somebody catch the moths.
All right. Any other
so there you go.
news? Or are we ready to move on?
Yes. This is some good
Starfield came out.
Good news. No, this is good news. In fact, it's fantastic. news. Are you
Starfield is
ready?
going back in. It came out and then it went back in.
Amazing, best news of the week. Are you ready?
Oh, is it something related to Deadly Premonition or something terrible?
No, you'll like it. No, genuinely, you're gonna think this is good news. I guarantee.
Is this a stew guarantee?
It's a stew guarantee. You will both think this is good news. Are you ready?
All right, yeah.
Next, Mass Effect will ditch the open world and return to series classic format. Insider teases, so it could be a load of bullshit, but that would be great. Can we all agree, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
Open world Mass Effect was a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. I don't trust
BioWare. Do you just not trust BioWare?
Not at the moment. I don't think they've made a good game since Mass Effect 3.
No, I kind of agree with you. So this could be a return to form. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, because what other
This
games
could
did
be it.
BioWare make? I mean, I know they made Anthem, which was...
The main thing, obviously, the other big one is Dragon Age Jikugi.
And they haven't made one of them either. For
No,
a
there's
while.
one coming, though, isn't there? There's a Dragon Age
Where is
coming.
it? I can't see it. I've been looking. I've looked everywhere.
Have you? Have you not
Yeah,
found
I've looked
it?
everywhere. No, I've looked in the woods. I've looked in the streets.
I think it's meant to be
Space.
released quite
I looked
soon,
in
to be
space.
fair.
Stu, I looked in space and it
Did
wasn't
you
there.
look in space?
Yeah, I looked everywhere.
Let's have a look. There is a new Dragon Age coming. It's called Dragon Age Dreadwolf.
That sounds crap.
Dragon Age Dread.
I'll tell you what. Hey, Stu, you ready for this joke? You ready?
Yeah, go on.
I'll be dreading the release of this game.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Too complex.
I don't know whether there's an actual.
Oh no, I found an article. It says this game will be released. I don't know or care. Forget it.
It is pretty much that. It began development in 2015, so that's 8 years ago. Can we just mark that? 8 years ago. Has been marked by a lengthy delay, several fundamental design changes, and high staff turnover.
What do you think?
I
Do you think they
this
like
is the problem with BioWare at the moment? Is they're in a bit of fucking shit
absolute cack?
by the sound of things. Yeah, it looks like they're not doing very
They
well.
do you reckon it's just one guy and he's like running to the Dragon Age room and he's like, well, I better work on this, and then he closes that one down.
I think what amazes me is, I mean, BioWare were a really highly respected developer that put out really good, polished, great games, and now they're just like, well, who are they anymore?
Yeah.
It is a bit like that, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like, who? Bio who? There you go. Bio who? So there you go. So that's it for news. There's not a ton of news, but there's some news.
That's it, people. Thank you for listening to the news.
Yeah,
All right, what's
fuck
next?
news? Right, we have got some emails. Let's do the.
Whoa, that ruled.
So it's again, what am I? What am I?
What the
So
bloody hell am
now it's a
I?
riddle. The riddles,
Riddle
everybody.
time.
What am I? Evening, boys.
Hello.
Stuart seems to hate these riddles. It's true. I do truly hate riddles. I've done 4 questions for tonight just to
Four,
spite him.
Jesus.
God.
Love you
Okay.
really. So let's play. What am I? Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Number 1. Here we go. I am as light as a feather, yet the strongest man can't hold me for 5 minutes. What
I
am
know.
I?
Shinny, do you know?
I'm light as a feather, but the strongest man. Well, I don't know. Look.
Probably a thought, because strong men tend to
Nope.
be a bit.
Nope.
vain.
I will remain silent while y'all
A
try to
breath.
figure it
A
out.
breath. There you go. A breath. I've just figured it.
Has he got it? Dude.
Yep, that's it.
Uh,
Air, your breath. Yep.
I was going to
breath, there
say
you go.
a paperweight. A paperweight.
Paperweight.
Dildo. Yeah, go ahead.
Dildo.
Next one.
Dildo.
Yeah.
Okay, your breath. There you go. The second one is tonight is I do not have wings, but I can fly. I don't have eyes, but I will cry. What am I?
I will cry. That was
Yeah.
going to be time. What else flies?
I do not have wings,
Cry.
but I can fly. I don't have eyes, but I will cry. What am I?
Cry. Like a weeping willow?
I don't know.
Cry. What cries?
Is it a voice?
Rooster?
A voice?
No,
What about a
roosters have
voice?
eyes. Your voice doesn't cry. I mean, I
Yeah, it
guess,
does
yeah,
cry, doesn't
That would
it?
be a weak riddle.
It will be. You can cry
That's
out
it.
loud, and it can
I don't have a better
fly.
answer, so let's go with that. and
So what have you
say
gone
it's
with?
a bad riddle. I don't have an answer.
Oh, you don't have an
Weeping Willow.
answer.
I
I do not have wings, but I can fly. I do not have eyes, but I will cry.
will cry. He did.
Yeah, I will
can
cry,
fly,
but I will cry. Don't have eyes, but I will
Next.
cry. All right, we're going for the answer. You ready? It is.
Okay. Is it a motorcycle? That's
No,
what I'm
it's
hearing
a
outside of you?
cloud.
Yeah.
It's a cloud, everyone.
Cloud. Clouds don't cry.
Well,
Clouds rain.
They rain. I'm not
They-
sure about
they
They
that
don't
one.
fly.
They, don't,
Next.
they just float about. They
They,
don't really
they
fly,
piss.
do
They don't cry. They piss.
Right.
They're pissing all over the place.
Okay,
Right.
I am
I
bought.
don't have a urethra, but I will piss.
I am bought by the yard, but worn by the foot. What am I?
Well, presumably it's like shoelaces or socks.
I thought shoelaces, yeah, or
Bought by the yard.
wool.
Yeah, it's something that goes on your feet. So.
Wool.
But wool isn't bought by. You don't
Shut
just
up.
wear those.
It's wool, Duke.
Fine, it's
Oh.
wool. Chinny says wool.
Leather.
Let's see if
It's
he's right.
leather.
Leather.
Leather?
Leather,
Is
because you
that
make
the
shoes.
answer?
You make shoes out of leather. No, I don't
You
know.
can make
That's a
100
guess.
different things.
No, that
Oh,
isn't the answer.
Yes.
It's not a type of material.
It's rubber. Rubber like a sole that you use. I don't know.
Let's just
Hey,
find
ready?
out what it is.
It
before you
is-
start naming.
Oh, I actually quite like that, to be fair.
Say what it is.
A carpet.
Worn
Carpet.
by the, yeah, okay.
Because you
I
wear
see
it
what
down
you
with your
did
feet.
there.
I like that.
great,
That's
clever.
pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I have no life, but I can die.
Me,
What am I?
it's me. That's me. Mike Chin. Hello, congratulations, I've won. Yay!
I think I know this. I think I know this.
Like a battery?
No, I think it's a flame.
I think it's a
Yeah.
a battery
suppose.
has life, doesn't it? Flame.
I think
guess
it's.
it
I think
does.
it's a
A flame has
flame.
life in that same sense then.
Well, it's not got life in this. Yeah, I think it's a flame. But it could be
To
a
the
battery. I like the
extent
battery thing.
Whatever, who cares? What
Could
is
be a
it?
battery. I think battery might be more likely.
What
here.
answer,
Ready?
please?
It is a battery. Yay!
Oh
Well
my
done.
god.
Oh my god! Yeah,
It has
battery.
as much sense as a life, as a fire. I'm so tired.
Well,
And
thank
I got a lot
you.
of schoolwork to do tonight.
Thank you for that, Mark. We do enjoy all your variations on what is it, what am I, what
Yeah.
is it?
The hell am I?
Yeah, there you go. So thank you very much. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Next email
Even though
tonight is
Stu
off.
hates it, and
I do. I
I'm really
hate it.
irritated by
Hate
most
it.
of them.
Darren Sim, and he says this: "Hello
That's
to the
him.
veteran
Hello.
gamer."
Yeah, what's up?
That's exactly how he said it, by the way, when he was writing this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this because he's obviously I'm going to do it in a posh voice because I feel that's
Go ahead.
necessary for his email. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. This Monday I start university, don't you know?
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh,
do you
bloody hell.
really? How about that?
And to be honest,
Who
I'm
cares,
wrecking
nerd?
it. I'm wrecking it, I say.
Brooke.
I'm the first in my family to go, and I don't really know what to expect.
Oh, no.
Lectures, dissertations, essays, and a lot of hard work. There you go. I'll tell you, that's what to expect. A lot of intellectual.
Did you go to
stuff.
uni, Stu?
Did I balls go to
So why are you
but
telling
that's-
him what it's about?
Because I saw all the shit Millie had to do for the last
Hey,
2
buddy,
years.
did you catch the load of the
No.
nerd? Pardon me.
So my question
there's going to be a dean. There's going to be a dean there that's really
Yeah.
like stodgy, and you have to get him to loosen up by hitting him
Yep.
with a bra bomb.
And then when
drink
you-
all the beer, dude.
when you graduate, they'll call you graduands or some weird thing, right?
Yeah, and then
alumni,
they'll
alumni.
send you-
Graduands.
And then they'll
And-
send you
Graduates.
letters that say.
No, they didn't. They called when Millie they called him graduands or something like that.
It's graduates. I don't know what they're talking about.
No, they fucking.
Well,
I'm telling you
Stu,
now, right?
I don't care what
Millie
they
went to
said.
some weird
Graduand
school.
before
I don't
they
care what they
Millie
said.
went to some weird school where they call people made up
Oh,
names. That's,
stupid.
And then he
that's
had
you
weird
problem.
hats on. He looked like some out of Hogwarts. So there you go.
Are you
that's
talking
what
about
you're
mortar
gonna
boards?
get. No. They all the professors and all the like.
What kind of
people-
goddamn make-up school did you send Millie
No,
to?
right? And they all came.
Hey,
they
you're a
had this ceremony.
graduam.
There was some
And now
dude
you put
carrying
on this
some
hat that
weird
looks like a
staff,
lizard.
and they all had these weird flat cap things on. Honestly, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, they carry like a mace to start the graduation.
it's all fucking proper Hogwarts.
And the
I'm telling
more
you.
common people that attend
Sounds like you
graduation.
sent her to join a cult.
The people that tend.
It is like that.
The people that tend. I have to film fucking
You know
6
about
graduations a
this.
year,
know
right?
about
Like I know what go.
You know all
They
about
wear like they don't wear a mortarboard. They wear like a more. It's kind of like a soft beret or something like
Yeah,
that.
it is. It's a weird flat cap.
Yeah, it's not that weird. It's fine. It's just
And they
normal.
all filed in, and it was all like
Yeah.
this pomp and ceremony.
It's just
you
a
know.
ceremony to make you feel like you've achieved something,
I was like-
and
I
to
was
make
like-
you pay for the robe and pay for the stupid
I'll be
overpriced
honest,
photography.
I'll be honest, right? I wondered if I'd wandered into the king's coronation by mistake. That's what I
No,
thought. I'm like, what the hell is
It's
going
it's
on?
just a money making scheme, the graduation thing. It's all.
So anyway,
crap.
the whole of university is a money making scheme.
Well, but they have graduation schemes at secondary school, primary school. They're all just
Yeah.
money making schemes.
They're all money making schemes. So my question this week is: do you guys have any advice? Look, I gave it before I even read the rest of the email.
What was it?
Yeah, you're going to do lots of learning and get pissed a lot. That's what you do.
That's
at
not
uni.
advice. You're just telling him what he's going to do.
Yeah, what to do? Get pissed and eat pop noodles because they're cheap. Not sure on your backgrounds with uni, but would be grateful for any input. So, Chinny, you've been to uni. Obviously, Duke's been to uni. What advice are you going to give him?
Just do
So
you.
there's going to be a dean that's really stodgy, and you got to get him to loosen up and get him to play the guitar and stuff.
Duke's explaining some sort of plot to some sort of film.
Animal
that I have
House.
no- Animal House.
Yeah, no, look. There's going to be a lot of people pulling you in a lot of directions. It's all about drinking beer and getting with all the women and stuff like that.
Smoking
Fuck that
dope.
shit.
Woo.
No, I mean, you can do that stuff when it's party time, but when it's work time, like, you're paying a lot of money to learn as much as you can. Find a mentor, find a professor that you see eye to eye with, and learn as much as you can from that person. I had to make do with a whole bunch of advisors that didn't really care about the things I cared about, so that's because we had a small campus and whatever. But
Dude, can I
take
just say
charge of your
something?
own education. Yeah.
If you don't stop messing with that eraser, I'm going to come round to your house and I'm going to stick it up your anus.
It looks like it'd be like a nice.
Fucking
Pull it back
eraser
and it won't
down.
go up my
It's the
anus.
most distracting thing ever. All I can hear is it clicking. Put it down.
It's like a teacher.
It's
isn't it?
down.
It's like a
Christ.
teacher.
I know. I feel like a teacher.
Put it down.
I
And
don't, I
that
wouldn't really
bit-
care.
that-
I tell you.
I would just go clicking, dude.
That bell is for me, not for you.
And I think we just got the title of the show. I'm going to stick it up your anus.
Okay, great, thanks.
Um,
Yeah, have
don't
fun.
think we can put-
College is an important time to figure out who
It's
you
all right, I'll
are.
do some
So
asterisks,
take
it's
advantage of
fine.
that opportunity to, explore the world around you, in books and in the real world, and give back to society.
anyway, he has got a actor. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So this week's actor is
I like how,
Keanu
I
Reeves.
like if she didn't ask me. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, we don't
Well,
care.
he thought you might chime in, but
Nah,
we're not
Yeah,
gonna do
you
that.
didn't.
Hey, who's the actor? Go.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Chinny, go.
Speed.
The Matrix.
Point Break.
John Wick.
Matrix Resurrection.
We can't do
Hello, it's my
sequels.
turn, Dingleberry.
we can't
can
do
we not do
sequels. Since
what?
when?
I thought we said
When?
last week we can't do sequels.
No, I didn't say that.
All right, okay.
Who said that?
Matrix Reloaded. Go, Stu.
I said Matrix Resurrections. I went out of order. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead, Chinny.
Matrix. Is it Resolution? Is that one?
Revolutions. Yes.
Revolution. Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Yes. That's my turn. Would you freaking?
I'm just
pay
thinking.
attention?
I was just thinking. I was just saying.
Arrangement of
No,
the
you was gonna
windows
go,
on
shut
Zoom. Kenny, Duke, Stu.
All right.
Come on.
Sorry. Sorry.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Classic.
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Can't remember the name
Constantine.
of the new one.
Oh, I was trying to
Ooh,
think what that
nice.
was called before. I was like, what's that? one
You
again?
said John Wick, so I'll say John Wick 2.
John Wick, whatever it's called.
3.
3? I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll have subheadings, don't they?
John
Go on,
Wick.
go on.
John Wick Chapter 4, which is its correct name.
All right, that's all the John Wicks. Did someone say Speed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Speed
Chinny
2.
said that.
Oh yeah, Speed. No, he's not in
Cruise
Speed.
No, he's
2.
not in it.
He's not in it. He's not in
He's not
it.
in
Ah,
it. No, he's
crap.
not in it.
All right, well, fuck that.
He's not in
You
it.
done.
You
I could
don't.
probably
know.
think of
Oh
other
my
ones, too.
god.
That's a shame.
I'm sure I should know another
I'll
one.
let Chinny win
What's
this one.
Eating Gilbert Grape? Is he in that?
No, that's
No,
Leonardo
no.
DiCaprio.
That's not
Damn
Leonardo
it.
DiCaprio. You
I thought
lose.
he was in that.
Have you got another
Chinny
one?
wins again.
Have you got another
I
one?
try to. I feel like I should have. 'cause
Come
I
He doesn't get
on.
another
watched a lot
choice.
of Keanu Reeves.
If he gets to go again, I get to go again.
No, I don't.
Go
And
again
to
then,
be
Duke.
fair-
Go again.
I can't think of any.
To be fair, Chinny's doing a bit of a fake out, isn't he? Because he's going, oh, I know so many. What difference does it make? There's so
Of course
many
he
of
is.
them.
He's like, bring it. You can have.
I know.
17
I know.
There's another 10.
I know 3 more.
Go on then.
Wait. I know you win, so this isn't official, but I know I can think of more Keanu movies.
I feel like I should know more.
Richard, Looking for Richard. He was in that with Al Pacino. It's
Okay.
a kind of a documentary about.
Oh, right.
Shakespeare.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't know that one.
Yes, go ahead, Chinny.
Scanner Darkly,
Oh,
that's
yeah, he's
right.
in
Oh,
that. Yeah,
which
yeah.
I thought Duke would get pretty.
Yeah,
quickly.
I know, right? I should have gotten that. He's not in any other.
Another
movie
one
like
that I thought you would get as well is The Devil's Advocate.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. That was filmed. Part of that was filmed in my hometown of Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah.
Go Gators!
And then the other one I thought you would get, well, no, so you wouldn't get, is Something's Gotta Give with Jack Nicholson and
Oh, right.
yeah, I
That's
think he's
cool,
like a
man.
toy boy in that. Yeah,
Parenthood.
Parenthood.
I was thinking maybe his first movie or one of his first.
Oh, was
It must be early. That's an old movie.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
So he's been, how do I put it? Like, pulling the pud. And I told him that's what little dudes do. And that made him happy.
Sure. Yeah, that's a pretty
Sure.
good Keanu impression.
Sure.
No, Mrs. Jenkins, you need a license to catch a fish. You need a license to drive a car. But they'll let any butt-reaming asshole be a father.
Yeah, I actually talk about that. I think that's a good point. He was in that Dracula something.
Oh, it was.
right.
Yeah,
It was,
Bram Stoker's
Bram
Dracula.
Stoker's
Bram,
Dracula.
there you
Stoker's
go.
Dracula.
Yeah, because that was. Is that Gary Oldman as well in that?
Yeah,
That's
it
Gary
was
Oldman, yeah.
boring. That film was terrible. Film.
I tell you what, though,
It wasn't-
I think Gary Oldman is probably the greatest actor to ever live.
Well, he's a very good actor. Denzel Washington, come on. Man.
Because
I think Gary Oldman's my favorite role for him is Leon. I think he's just brilliant in that.
But like, I was watching Oppenheimer a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I think that's fucking Gary Oldman. That's not fucking
Yeah.
Gary Oldman. And then I watched, JFK, the film
Yeah.
JFK.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, that's fucking Gary Oldman. Every time I see Gary Oldman in the mirror, I was like, I think that's fucking Gary Oldman. What's he
Yeah,
fucking?
He's got a lot of range.
That's so much range.
And
Like, it's
he's in the Batman
unbelievable.
movies. He's so good.
He
at
plays
that.
a great villain though, doesn't he?
So
Yeah,
good.
oh,
In the
totally.
Fifth Element, he was a
So-
villain in that as well.
Yeah, he
That
plays a
film
great villain.
Sucks. Keanu's been in a lot of movies. Keanu, duh.
Keanu.
A lot of movies I've never seen and don't really know about and don't care about. Destination Wedding,
Never.
Siberia, To the Bone, The Bad Batch. Movies that I should have gotten. I'm trying to figure out which ones I should have. 47 Ronin. I never saw that.
He was
but
in
I
a
knew-
movie where like somebody knocks his door. These two women knock his door, and they try to they have sex with him against his will. Kind of. He kind of like eventually gives. These women are beautiful, by the way. They're absolutely gorgeous, and he's like married. Not that that's an excuse, but it eventually sort of just caves in, and then like they hold him hostage. I have no idea what that movie's called.
Jesus. Much Ado About Nothing.
Much
duh.
Ado About
He's
Nothing.
in Poetic Justice? What? That's crazy. Johnny Mnemonic. We should have got Johnny
Oh, should have got
Mnemonic.
Johnny Demonic.
Mnemonic.
Mnemonic,
Bill and
Demonic.
Ted.
I don't know.
I've never seen
Dracula,
Johnny
Parenthood.
Mnemonic.
Mnemonic.
It's not
What is
worth
it?
seeing. It's not great. It's like
It's not great.
It's trying to be the Matrix, but it didn't have any of the ideas and stuff, so it's just.
Oh, okay.
Bill and Ted, Dangerous Liaisons. I didn't remember him in that.
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, thank you for that. We do quite
Yeah,
like the
thanks.
what they've been in.
Maybe
So-
1 week I'll lose.
Maybe no, you're never gonna.
I'm cheating.
You're never gonna
I know
lose.
all the movies.
Right. On that note, we need to do a speak pad, which I have sent over to Duke by the the medium of email.
Hi,
It's
it's the way
Saint
to leave
Diesel stays positive.
Hey,
Gotta
Veteran
say
Gamers,
it
it's
was
Saint
a
Diesel
good
here
game.
again. Next week I'll have a movie quiz for you, but this week I wanted to spread a little positivity.
Yeah.
That's the right word. Earlier this week I was in one of my local charity places, which I've frequented quite a lot in the last few years, and I picked up some A4 size game guides, you know, the ones by Brady Great Games or Prima Games, and 4 of them. They were only 50 pence each, so that's £2. And the guy behind the counter, he said, "Oh, well, we've got 7 of them here. If you want all 7, I'll give you them for £2." So I took all of them. And what have I got here? 2 games I've never played: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Gears of War, the very first one. Let me know if you think I should play those 2 games at some point. One I already had, but I picked it up anyway: Grand Theft Auto 4. And then 4 others: Halo 3, Dead Space, Red Dead Redemption, the first one, and the very first Assassin's Creed game. Which leads me to my
Stu's
question: Is there something that's happened to you in the last, let's say, month that's made your day go from average to a good day? And certainly picking up those 7 game guides for £2 made my day a good day. Is it something that's happened to you? Maybe someone's made a comment about how good you look, or maybe you've just had a good experience. So anything that's happened to you in the last few weeks that's made you feel good. And that's it. So until next time, I'll just say,
I gotta say it was a good day.
Yeah. And that, of course, matches with the song that I played at the end of the last episode. So.
Can I just say, by the way, I need to apologise to Darren because I didn't read his whole email, so that's a bit of a faux pas. Because he did say, I'm going to give you a combined target of 10 again, but the catch this week is no sequels.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, okay. That's why Chinny said no sequels.
That's why.
No. I'm sure we said that last week.
Oh, maybe.
All right, fine. Well, now we know it's the law of the land. No sequels ever.
He says, I promise next week will be a female.
Okay.
P.S.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thanks for the ad on Goodreads, Duke. You're my only friend.
Oh,
sure.
no.
I get that a lot.
Sorry,
right.
Darren. Sorry, my fault. My bad.
So the speak pipe then.
Yeah, speak
Right.
pipe. So what's happened to you in the last few weeks that made you feel good?
This is not a good color on me, but I'll say it anyway. So a student I worked with last year came to see me at the start of this year and said, "Hey, Mr. P, how was your summer?" And, "Yeah, great." And we talking about stuff, and I said, "What are you taking for English?" And she's like, "Oh, I got so and so, and it's not as good as your class." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right, not as good as my class." And like, it's not a competition. I shouldn't be petty
It
like
is a
that.
competition.
But on the other hand, woo, not as good as my class.
Yeah, she was saying, "Yeah, Mr. P, you didn't even give a shit when I was on my phone or anything. This new guy, oh, it's awful."
Well, you know that's not the case. But I also flip side of that question. Talking about guides, have y'all ever? Well, I guess I can ask this later. But did y'all ever buy those guides? Did you ever require the use before
No, I've never
the
bought
internet
one of
allowed
those.
us to? What
Yes,
did you buy?
there was a section in Tomb Raider 3 that me and my friend Dean Johnson couldn't get past. We played it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we just could not get past it. We didn't know how to do it. We had no idea where we do. How do we do it? How do we do it? So we walked into Wolverhampton. We went into game. We bought the guide. We opened the book, and we went, "Oh, you've just got to jump up and climb a thing." We went, "Fuck."
Did you return it right away?
No, I kept it as a souvenir to remember never to buy these
there you
things
go.
again.
Yeah, stop not be an idiot.
It's like Hannibal Buress said when he, my receipt is still in your hand, actually. So just
Yeah, I still have that guide, by the way. I still have it. Yeah.
Hey, I never bought a guide, but when I got to the end of Riven, there was this part where you got to put these marbles in this big, huge grid, and I was just like, I don't know how to figure this out. So I was working at a bookstore at the time, and we had the guide at the bookstore for Riven. So what I did was, this was like 20 minutes before the store was closing. I called up and I said, "Hey, Susan, like, go look at the guide for this game and tell me where to put these marbles." And she had to go run because they were about to close. And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, fine." And so she's looking, and she's okay, it's 3 down and 5 over for the red one, 17 down. She has to count like 1, 2, 3. It was ridiculous. Actually, I guess in the guide it would say 17 down. But anyway, that's the only time I ever used one of those guides.
Yeah, through someone else.
That doesn't answer his question, though. What's happened in the last couple of weeks that made you feel good?
Right, go ahead.
No, I'm asking you.
I already answered it. Go ahead.
Oh, right, okay. Chinny.
I get quite a lot of comments about, and I think you do as well, Stu, about, look, I don't look my age.
Oh,
I get a
yeah.
lot of those. Because I turned 38 last week, didn't I? It was my birthday last week, wasn't it? And
It was your birthday
oh,
last
right,
week.
yeah, I forgot about that.
What's your birthday?
Yeah, and I tell people my age, and a lot of people go, "Oh, right, I just, like early 30s, no way." And I think it's because I hang around with a lot of black people, and it's black don't crack is rubbing off on me. I think it's
That's
coming
what
off
it
on me.
is. That's what it is.
That's what I reckon it is. I don't know what your secret is. Maybe you've got like a whole bunch of black friends, Stu, that we don't,
I genuinely do not know. I
don't know.
genuinely do not
But
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I can't actually think of something that's happened in the last 2 weeks that made me feel good. I don't know. It sounds weird, doesn't it? All good about myself. I don't know. I don't know.
What about I do one now?
Go on.
Nah, can't be arsed.
What I'll do is, right, I'll wait. I'll try and recollect something from this week coming for next week's show, and then I'll tell you what it was.
I'll tell you something that somebody said about you that's nice.
Go on.
Genuinely, I know you think I'm
Is
going to
this
wind you up.
true? You're going to say some shit, aren't you?
When Simeon first met you,
Yeah.
my brother-in-law Simeon,
I love Simeon. He's a beautiful man.
He's a very funny guy. I had a video call with him today. He's very funny.
I love Simeon.
All right. So my brother-in-law, when he first met Stu in Amsterdam,
That's right. That is true.
I says, "Oh, like, is this? What do you think of Stu?" And he was like, "I love him. He's like a real life David Brent."
Oh, I don't know whether that's a compliment though.
I know, right?
No, but he genuinely
don't
said,
know, I
"No,
don't
no,
know.
I instantly liked him." That's what he said. I instantly
Oh,
liked
I
him.
know.
But then he
cool.
did
I
say you're
like
like a
Simeon.
real life Brent. But like
Yeah, I'm not sure
in a
about
kind of endearing way, like you
It's
got.
more the looks. It's not the
It's the look, yeah,
mannerisms or
yeah. I
the
think
terrible sense of humor.
It's the
You have a
bit.
good
It's the
sense of humor.
goatee. It's the goatee.
I haven't got a fucking goatee, all right?
It is the goatee.
Yeah.
All right. Any other speed pipes?
That's such a David Brent thing for you to get wound up about.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a goatee, do I?
No.
Can we see a dance?
Yeah. Can we see a dance, Stu?
All right.
No-
Is that it?
no, you
Anything else?
can't.
Are we done?
No, that's it. I think we're done. Shout out time.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Shout out. I'll go first.
Go.
I'm gonna shout out Simeon because he's a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Can I just-
Yeah. No.
You know, I love Simeon. I love Simeon too. Honestly, Kay was like, he's the funniest person I think I've ever met.
He is a very funny man. He is a very funny
is.
man.
He is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So funny. I bet he's well excited, isn't he, for his nephew, niece?
Well,
whatever it's gonna be?
he has he currently has a child, little Thea.
Yeah.
She's almost 2. She's 2 this month. But he's having another child in December, Stu. So
Wow, new babies all over
he's
the
very
place.
excited for his new niece or nephew, yes. But at the same time, he's just moved house. He's got another baby on the way. He's got a lot to think about, that kid. So he's he's got a lot on. So bless him. So he's he's doing well. He's doing well, and he likes you too.
And he likes me too. That's good. That's
Yes.
good. Okay, over to you, Chinny.
Okay. I think we have. Is that right? We have a new Patreon, but I don't know who it is
Oh, okay.
for some reason. Patreon doesn't tell me things.
Well, what do you know about this new Patreon?
What do I
I
know?
don't know. It's
don't
new.
know.
There's someone
They're
new.
new. Because there used to be 11.
Read out
and-
their email address and the last 20 digits of their bank.
No, but I don't know. I just like this. That number used to say 11, and now it says
Oh,
12, and I'm like, okay, who joined?
interesting.
So like,
All right.
Patreon doesn't tell
Well,
me.
we'll sort it out and tell you next week who it is.
Yeah,
guess so.
we'll shout out
But-
when Chinny's got his shit together.
So I'll shout out the patrons anyway. So they are Anthony Humpage, James Alderman, Sean Thiel, Dan Fletcher, Antonio Phillips, Declan Lucas Cleary, Steve Heath, Mark Salter, Kevin Westman, John Nezzy, Adam, Gavin, Mark, Lewis, Armar, Christian, Matt Nation, Rob Wilcox, Stephen Holsworth, Jake Peterson, and Nigel Strutt. So there you go. Those are the patrons. Shout out to them. Shout out to the people in the chat. So that's Tatty Brain, Darren Sim, Mr. Steve made an appearance tonight. Lord Colin All Cars, James Bevan was in here. Yeah. So and we've had a few people send me pictures of them wearing the top.
I know, it's good. It's good. I sent one my very self.
Yeah, you sent one. Dan Fletcher sent one. And also Susan Linden Hall has ordered 2 t-shirts.
Woohoo!
2 t-shirts. And she's paid for them.
2?
And I was like, Susan, you don't need to pay for them. Because you're like you're doing all the social
she's
stuff.
part of the
Take care of our
stuff. She's
Discord.
part
But
of the
she's already
stuff.
she's already
Exactly.
paid for them. But, you know, maybe we can sort her out with something, eh?
Send her a hoodie as well. Send her a hoodie.
Well, they're expensive
Oh.
to ship. They weigh a bomb. Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Well,
But
she's paid postage. You've got to give them for free. So
no,
you
she's
know.
paid for 2 t-shirts. She hasn't paid for a hoodie.
No,
a hoodie.
I know.
You know how heavy a hoodie is? They're fucking heavy.
No, but whoa,
700 pounds.
No, listen, right?
It's
You
made
said-
of metal.
Listen.
You said you would have given them her for free, yes?
Yeah.
So the money
Wow.
she's giving you can pay the postage of the hoodie.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Have you thought about that?
He doesn't.
You know.
He just doesn't want to give her her money back. This is what's happening here. I'll tell you.
No, I'll tell you what, shoot. Yeah, that's my argument. Okay.
Okay, we'll take that.
Mr. Steve in the chat says, when I tell people my age, they always tell me I need to take better care of myself. I don't believe you, Mr. Steve.
That's not a compliment, can I just say?
Yeah. They go, oh Christ. Yeah. Okay, so those are my shout outs. Shout out to all those people. Pepple.
Duke, over to you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Several shout outs.
Hello.
Ricey was talking about no addictions. I don't remember why I wrote that down, but it's in my VG shoutouts. Ricey, no addictions. Pillow of Soft made an awesome PhD cross stitch. We were talking about cross stitch on the Discord, so shout out. Unseen Method, my buddy on New World. He almost certainly is not listening, but still, whatever. And Kev Westerman asked about Starfield, and he named his character after me, so shout out to him. Much love, Kev. And Amar, as always, and Tainted Brain, getting the job done in Japan. So, yeah, and thank you to everybody listening to the show.
Japan!
And thank you to the Duchess because she did most of the work in digging 2 holes. We dug a hole to plant the Tito tree in, and then we realized, well, she realized that the ground is too rocky and the tree's not likely to thrive there, so we had to dig another hole somewhere else in the yard. So, but we got it planted, and the tree is up. So, love you, Tito.
R.I.P. Tito.
Yep.
R.I.P.
All right, that's it, people. Show's over. We're done.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
Yay.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Rewatch Jelly Willy! Rewatch Jelly Willy!
Don't make me break my foot off in your ass!
Okay, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
There you go.
Yes.
That's it.
There you
Show's a dunner.
go.
Show's a dunner, people.
Show's a dunner.
Yeah.
This is a song for the people that never believed in me. All those enemies who said I don't have any talent nor skill. Well, I want to show them and all the young hustlers out there. You can do anything if you fight hard enough. You just gotta try. Don't let the haters stop you. Let the love shine through. Flying like jam from a donut or banging hard like a donkey in the zoo. Frying pans, Weetabix, cornflakes and gravy, bankers, tankers, lovers in the navy, fresher than Jesus, wiser than the Buddha, ride that wave of mystery like a barracuda, reach deep down between your legs, grippy gear stick like a hen lays eggs, it's so hard it never stops, milky, milky cocoa. This song goes up and down, this beat goes out and in, my meat is on your nose, my balls are on your chin, this song goes up and down, this beat goes out and in, my meat is on your nose, my balls are on your chin, your chinny chin, your chinny chin, your chinny chin. Your chinny chin. This is Will I Am. This song's gonna sell 1 billion copies. Zippity bow. See you later, guys.
I think every musician should end their song with this song's gonna sell 1 million copies.
Jeez.
Do you know? I forget how much effort must have gone into making that.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Because it's even the talking bit is perfectly in time until he starts to sing. It's just
no doubt about it.
I often wonder how many goes did he have at that before that was his this is the one.
Well,
We don't even know who did it.
We have no idea. I mean,
know,
to this
right?
day, I mean, how long ago is that now? That is a long time
17
ago.
years.
Isn't
Does
it?
it hold up?
Does it hold up? Is it 10 years? Does it hold up?
Yeah, it does hold up. It does.
It does hold up. Every time I hear it, it makes me laugh. It's just such a brilliant thing that someone just randomly sent us.
Yeah, thank you, random person at random.
We do. We still, like, to this day, we thought it was John Mouse, but it isn't. He's sworn blind it wasn't him.
Yeah, I was certain it was John Mouse.
He was certain it was John Mouse,
I don't know
but-
why.
And you
But
believe
whoever
him,
it has, got a bit of musical skill, can we just say?
Yeah, sure. Send us another song, whoever you are.
I know, yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen. I think that was it. But that's fine with me. That is literally fine. I just think
You
it's
just want it to
brilliant.
continue as a mystery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the
exactly.
mystery about it, and I
Some
love
things
the
are
fact
better
that it
not
was
known.
just so brilliant. The first time I heard it, I think I nearly wet myself. You know, it
You
was
nearly
that-
wet yourself this time.
I nearly weed again. It's true. This time I nearly weed as
That'll
well.
be your age
All right,
against
I
you.
gotta go do some schoolwork. So thank you guys.
Yep, same. And I've got to go to
Hope you have a- you
bed.
gotta go do schoolwork.
No, I'm gonna go to bed.
Right. All right. Well, let me just leave you with this.
Yeah, thank you for that,
Oh
Duke.
yeah.
Honestly, If I was near where you live right now, that would be having to be surgically removed tomorrow. Just saying.
Bring it. All right. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
Buddy boys.
Bye. Bye. See you later, Chinny.
Bye, Stu.
Have a good night. Hey, how long now? 2 weeks?
3.
Is it still 3? I feel like it was only 2.
2 to 3. 2 to 3.
2 to 3. 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's getting closer.
Well, let me have a look. What's the due? Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, 24th you said, didn't you?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, indeed. 24th, 2 weeks' time, man.
Wow.
2 weeks' time, you'll be a dad. Ah.
It's mad.
It is mad. It's. Do you know what the most surreal thing is that I found with Millie? It was like she'd never not been there.
Yeah, I said that to Tara. I was like,
weird.
Weird. It's because it's been me and Tara for I don't know, so many years, loads of years,
long time.
And it's like it's just gonna be like we won't be able to imagine our lives without them. You know?
No, it's very well. Honestly, it's surreal. It's totally surreal.
Yeah.
Rightio, I will leave you to it. Not long now, and I will speak to you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. By the way.
Oh, bye.
I'm just thinking the due date's probably going to be a Sunday in that case.
Well, the due date is on a Sunday, but 3% of babies are born on their due date.
Can you imagine halfway through the show? I've got to go!
So, yeah, it's very unlikely that it's going to be.
No, but it's possible.
Tara and I have a bet on that. I think it's going to be the last week of September, and she thinks it's going to be the first week of October.
Oh, well, we'll see.
So that 30th of September day is going to be very sketchy for me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Anyway, I will leave you to it. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you next week.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.